with
It's
him
like
if you
I'm
want.
trying to help you,
And then he walks
asshole.
me to my car
Yeah.
and shit, man. And he's like, "Oh, you're from Alabama. What are you doing here?" It's like knocking your fucking door, you stupid idiot, man. Like, golly.
Well, you shouldn't have said that. That's not likely to convince him
I
of
didn't
your
say that.
side.
I didn't say that at all. No.
Uh,
Then
But I'm
again,
just
he
like,
might go, "You know what? I respect your honesty. I'm gonna take that pamphlet."
yeah.
no, I
First
wish. I mean,
question
I don't
on the
know.
pamphlet. Do you
I've
think
just
your
been
state
thinking about what else I
representative
could have said, and that's how it is. Like every day, I always have like 2 or 3 interactions where like I don't know what I could have done, because
Shoulda,
like
woulda,
Some
yeah,
coulda.
it's
people
private property, but like the fact of the matter is, you take the pamphlet or you don't. Like my business is concluded. I'm about to leave. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Well, you ever go fishing, you don't catch every fish.
It's like, you get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
That's what I would yell at you, actually, if you came to my house, and then I would slam the door in your face just for the memes. Just for the
Yeah,
memes.
yeah,
And then
man.
I'd open it back up and be like, "Nothing personal. I just really wanted to do that."
Nothing personal, it's
no,
his
dude, that's like
business.
people who just want to get a rise out of you.
Hey guys,
Like
real quick, I gotta go. I gotta take a quick picture with the family real quick. I'll be right
See,
back.
okay. Oh, yeah.
alrighty.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Is he gone? That guy's an asshole.
Hold on, Herb. I have a question. On your pamphlet, is one of the questions, and I quote, "Do you think your state representative is on the Epstein list?"
No, there's nothing like that. No, it's
Aw, what?
actually, you guys would mess with it. It's it's like every, I guess, one of these pamphlets. There's like several districts in the state, so it's been like, I want to say like 13, 14 of these like representatives I've knocked for, but all of them just have the same few House bills. Like one is like they've all passed the House, I've heard, but banning masks, I guess mask mandates in schools, banning I guess transgender books in schools,
They
or
still
like
have the
transgender
mask
educational
mandates
programs,
going on?
Why
What
are
the
they
hell?
transphobic?
stuff like that. So it's yeah, it's kind of on the up and up. I don't know. A lot of people are pretty upset about these things, but some of these people are like, oh wow, a bigot has just approached my door. Like, I don't know. Like New Hampshire is pretty mixed. There's a lot of blue. Like you'll find households with like the wife is left leaning, and then the husband is right leaning. It just depends on who you talk to.
How
But
does
some of
the
these
wife
people are
live
just
with a literal racist Nazi?
I'm
Yeah,
married.
All
I'm not
Republicans
asking
are.
for anything.
I don't know. People are mostly pretty chill up here. Like I had a pretty decent conversation with this school teacher for like a couple of hours. Like it was unheard of. Like you're not supposed to take 2 hours on one door, but it was just
Your
he had
boss
a home
calls you and was
library.
like, "What the fuck?" You're just like,
No,
"Yeah,"
no,
but I was
no,
very convincing.
no. It was cool just because. I mean, for one, it wasn't even on the survey, in fact. But there was this bookstore just near some doors I had to knock, and so I walk in, and it's like a library, like in somebody's old home. Like she was a school teacher that lived to be 102, and after she passed it on to her friend, and so he just runs a library and a bookstore and record store out of this home.
Nightmare.
And it was sick too because we were talking about Casino Royale '67 and everything, like that David Neven, my profile picture.
Yeah.
Like yeah, dude, it was amazing. Like I never met anybody who knows about that film and actually thinks it's the best Bond film. I'm like, except for me, but I don't know. So like after a couple hours, it's like, hey, so what's up with these pamphlets? Can I see? And like, oh dear, like don't think less of me, all right? I'm not a bigot racist or anything. I don't know if he was like but I think he understood like my intention. Like there's demoralization happening with the media. As we're about to talk about now with this Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
I
like
played this
not
game.
not only there's demoralization in the media, but there's people who have bought this stuff hook, line, and sinker, and Marxism. They're trying to, I guess, get into positions of power to, I guess, feed people this message about like anti-nationalism, anti-family, anti like just reversal of everything.
Whoa, careful,
to break
Herb.
down
That's some
America.
QAnon shit right there. No, I'm just kidding. That's
They'll never
yeah.
do it because it's not your favorite president.
I say that because one of Ant's fucking followers on Twitter literally like called you like you gotta get your buddy off that QAnon shit or something.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
he
man.
has some fervent followers. There was one that he was pretending to be some other dude who had gotten banned off X, this airbagged guy who's
Mhm.
been like doxing people and stuff.
Ugh.
So now apparently like a bunch of the people that are on his side or whatever, they make all these similar accounts to try and keep him from getting banned again.
Fuck.
And so he was fucking replying to me all that weekend that you tagged me in something back, Peter, and then
Of
like
the One
and
Piece
two of
shit.
his loyalists were like just like after me all weekend. They would not give up a single point. They're like, Luffy is an asexual icon. I'm like, I don't think he is. They're just like, no, we have to make 50 million arguments against you till you accept it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm never gonna view him that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, we got Mike Cassius, what Yuri Bezmenov talked about. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness, that's I don't know. That's a good point. It's like, 50 arguments for your case isn't gonna make me want to,
Oh, they're not
it's
even good arguments either. They're just like, here's an interview that I pulled up from 20 years ago. I'm like, are you just that obsessed with making him asexual that you're like, you've scrounged through every interview the author has ever done to look for something about it? He's not even saying anything about asexuality. He's saying that Luffy likes adventure or he's more focused on his task than women.
Dude,
They're just like, he's it's
they'll
like,
do
dude,
that.
Goku didn't make kids. He thought that she or something whenever she proposed
Or-
marriage. He still made the kids.
Yeah.
Or
Dude,
it's a lot like how in recent years they've been trying to make it that the Joker is gay for Batman.
no.
Like they can never just like be casual or enjoy a joke, or like they do this a lot in One Piece because it's a very silly series where the author will just make like offhand jokes that aren't meant to be like any sort of political statement, but people like Nami will make a pervy joke about a woman. He'll be like, Nami's a lesbian. It's just like, dude, I
Yeah.
really don't think that's what he was
It
saying there.
is-
I think he was just making a fucking joke. Like, Jesus.
like it's got like it's one of the things I hate about like these queer tubers or whatever they're called, where they try to queer explain something when it's like it's not that deep. Like it's
Kinda
gotten to a
reminds me
point
how
where
certain- reminds me
like
how
it's gotten to a point
certain-
where you have oh sorry, Evan. You go first.
Kind of reminds me how certain trans influencers who try to make Joker into a trans allegory,
Right.
especially the Joaquin Phoenix version.
The stretches just
Oh,
get
God.
stretchier and stretchier. They're worse than
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic.
Well, speaking of stretches, we got quite the stretch of a video here today, folks. So how?
Ooh, 25 minutes.
Yeah. So how much of us have heard of this Bird fellow here?
The Birdman or
Birdman.
someone
Yeah,
else?
Birdman.
They knew a basketball
I've-
player
I
named
used-
Birdman.
I watched like a couple of his videos a couple of years ago before, for the most part, I kind of left the everything wrong with trope behind.
Right.
Mm.
Anyone
I
else?
had no idea.
no.
I don't know him, no.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
anyways.
I'm
For those curious, Birdman here is a prime case of someone going into what we in the business call filibuster free fall. It's basically, he started off really well, but he was pretty apolitical, and then the minute he got there, everything about his quality tanked. And I'm not reading that at the beginning, John. I'm gonna read all that shit at the end. Fuck that shit. But yeah. But anyways, so yeah, so he's beefing with this fellow named Shohei Kondo. Jeremy recommended we watch the sequel to this video since Shohei, I'm not familiar with Shohei either, but this Shohei guy already responded to this video, but I wanted to respond to this video anyway to get full context for it. But in either case, that's basically the motherfucker we're dealing with. And of course, Bird Brain here is getting ass mad about Ass Creed Shadows. So there's that. And John, you're the only one of us who's played Ass Creed Shadows so far, right? So before we
Yes,
hop
sir.
in, with the benefit of hindsight, what do you think of the game?
It might clear a 2 out of 5. It's and I've played it thoroughly. I got the platinum and everything because I'm a trophy whore, and I don't like to criticize games until I fully experience them. And yeah, it's fucking horrible. It was like it's like we got this massive world. but you can only go down these narrow paths in this giant world. And if you try to climb a mountain or go through the forest at all, you're just gonna end up running into a million trees and basically invisible walls and get fucked over and go back to the road. So it's like the illusion of massiveness. And then, yeah, it's just like really boring, shallow story. I did all the romances on purpose, and they were all like 2 scenes. You meet the person and then you get to make out with them. It's just like, oh, okay, that was very deep. You know, Ubisoft, you made the Ezio romance that was like a side quest 100 times better than any of these.
Yeah.
Where the chick dies.
KOTOR has a better romance subplot than this.
Yes.
Oh, and one of them was like trans and shit in like Japan in the whatever year. It was not like hundreds of years ago. It's like, oh yeah, big time. I'm sure that they were making those surgeries when they couldn't even figure out what the fuck a germ was.
Dude, I can imagine Birdman responding to that right there, and he's going, well, you see, transgenderism was actually fairly common in medieval Japanese society back in the day. You know this if you actually played the game and paid attention to it.
Oh, he would 100% counter with like, oh, did you know that sometimes male actors played females in plays?
Yeah.
Checkmate. Basically transgenderism.
Yeah,
no, it's basically the same thing, bro.
That's the kind of guy Birdman is, but we've stalled long enough. Let's get into the video here, shall we?
Alright, I'll skip the comparison I was going to make.
The first video I made in the exposing the grift
fake voice
detailed the way in which grifters and parrots.
Oh, but he's a voice actor, guys. He's a voice actor. Remember, guys?
He's a voice actor.
My actual voice also.
Apparently.
Yes, you see, my friend Billy D. Williams is a victim of Hollywood blacklisting.
Why is your name Birdman if you're going to use Blanca? As
I have no idea, but
he's
I know
not a bird.
I know that Kino has like the funniest parody of this guy. Because Ghost of the Kino, he just made a video about this guy in Ironheart. But instead of, like, Blanca, he had fucking Rufus from Street Fighter 4. And that's hilarious, because Rufus is, like, the worst Street Fighter character.
Although I didn't like how they downgraded Chun-Li in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Hey, man, at least Cammy's as good as she always is. But, we got Mike Cassius. Like that gay Jedi, he said droids are queer. What? That makes the "we don't serve their kind here" scene even funnier. That makes no sense.
No, because he's saying that it's making the bar. If the droids were queer, then like the bartender is like anti-LGBTQ. It's not because they're droids. He's just like, we don't serve your kind around
Mike
here.
Cassius. I only first heard of him last September. You're gonna wish you never did. Mike Cassius, the Birdman is bad, but just some guy is way worse. Just some guy, he's not all that bad. He has a few problems, but I'd still say the Birdman is worse. But anyway, let's keep going.
As shields from criticism. In short, these people essentially use the "but I have black friends" excuse when they are accused of racism, misogyny, or being a bigot. The topic of today's video is one of those unfortunate human shields that has no idea that he's a part of something much larger than his qualm with a video game.
The poor Asian man doesn't
Shohei
know
Kondo
who's
is an
using
actual
him.
Japanese person that has an issue with Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is exactly the kind of person grifters will point to justify their racist rhetoric against this game. These
here we
people
go,
don't have the
using the
insight
race
Shohei
card
may have when
already.
it comes to his own culture and country.
So,
and we're only 48. We're 48 seconds in, and he's already pulling the race card.
Yeah.
What race even is Mr. Blanca
He's
here?
black. I know that.
Okay.
Well, Blanca's green, but Birdman is black.
But don't you know green characters are basically black, like Piccolo from Dragon Ball? He's
that explains why he picked him. Because nothing says black man like Beast Man from the jungle, of course, with a missing dad.
They try to use that in Dragon Ball because
Piccolo,
Mr. Popo is the only actual black character, and they don't want to use it. So
also,
like,
Mr. Black
Piccolo's
from
black
the Red Ribbon Army, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember Toriyama getting the racism accusations like 3 minutes after he died. They're like, why are we celebrating? He was a racist.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking hell, he wrote it in the 80s, guys.
Hulk Hogan right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Shout outs to poor Hulk Hogan.
Rest in peace, Hogan. Hulkamania
And
will
there-
live on! Anyway.
He had to live long enough to give Trump a coke-fueled speech at the RNC.
Hell
He was
yeah!
like, that's all I had left, brother.
Dude, that speech was awesome. Anyway.
entire issue is that there is a black protagonist in the game. Period. I have demonstrated this
No, the
countless
problem
times.
is that there's a
Shohei
black
is a YouTuber
protagonist
that-
in the wrong time period.
It's
And also just bastardizing his entire story. Like they obviously change. They have fictionalized shit in Assassin's Creed all the time, but like Yasuke was basically just like a circus show.
Yeah.
For Nobunaga, like he took him around. Basically, was like, look at this strange-looking human I have. And they make
I mean,
him into
most of
like
those
he's the most
hardcore-
noble, perfect samurai ever.
And it's been shown that the guy who wrote that book about Yasuke was pretty
Thomas Law.
fraudulent.
Thomas Lockley, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
he got
called out on that
banned.
shit and like blocked everybody.
Yeah, ran out.
Oh my gosh.
And let me pick up and let me propose if Ubisoft really wanted to do black-led Assassin's Creed, there's like infinite amount of like historical periods they could have gone from. And let me pitch this: a Civil War setting for an Assassin's Creed game where you play as two protagonists, two African American men fighting on both sides of the war, one for the Union.
Ooh.
See,
Well, I have a
Sounds
really
great.
good one. You could do like a game where it's in the Caribbean in like the 1600s, and maybe he's like freeing slaves around the different islands, like maybe a guy from Haiti or something. Could even have like a pirate ship involved, and like, oh wait, you already made this.
Yeah!
They made fucking Adewale from
Freedom's
Assassin's
Cry,
Creed 4.
yeah.
Yeah, they gave him his own spin-off game. And by the way, I played that whenever the trailer for Shadows came out, because everybody was making a big stink about it. So I'm like, it's on Plus. Might as well get in the algorithm with this
Well,
one.
actually,
Freedom
Mr.
Black is trending.
Well, actually, Mr. Gets Gaming, Freedom's Cry was a DLC expansion that they released as a standalone later on. It was not his own game.
Well, it is its own game whenever I played it, because
Yeah.
I didn't play 4. No, and then but yeah, that was actually had a really good story, and it really showed the difference in modern Ubisoft and like whatever that was 10 years ago.
Over
I think
10
it
years
was like
ago, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, they had an excellently written plot. Like whenever you made a move and freed a bunch of slaves, you had this black chick that gave you all your missions. She was giving you shit because she's like, you didn't think about the consequences. You know, now this hammer of this government body's going to come down harder on us.
Oh, geez, sounds
you
like
need to, like, let
Freya.
people- And they were just like, they didn't just present it as like evil white man. It was like, oh, he made mistakes. He didn't think about the consequences of things. It's like, damn, they're actually like not just presenting this as like this super
Black and
simple, super stupid story. It was like, oh damn, it's like actual writing. And that and all the women walking around with their tits out was the other big difference.
Right.
It was like, damn, Ubisoft used to make all these women have their corsets pushing.
Yeah.
It's
My take on the Yasuke thing is that it could have worked, but what ultimately killed it was Ubisoft's arrogance, basically. Because here's the thing. So like John mentioned earlier, like Assassin's Creed is always fictionalized stuff, but part of the premise of the Assassin's Creed series is that the history we know is just filtered through the Templar line of thinking, basically, right? Like the Templars basically currently control the modern day. They control the history books. They write the history books, etc. They force people what to think. They could have used this built-in story engine to basically say, like, hey, this is the quote-unquote real history of Yasuke, but ultimately, in reality, Ubisoft would just be like, yeah, it's fictionalized, whatever. But no, they went the arrogant route. They thought they could do better, and they paid the price for it. They tried to make their game's real history reality's real history, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they kept defending it as like they made a big point to say how historically accurate this was and how much research they did. And then like from the first trailer onwards, they were like, oh, everybody that saw it was like, this is like more Chinese than Japanese.
Yeah.
This whole design over here. Like, you didn't research shit. We had Ghost of Tsushima already, Ubisoft. Like, your formula got taken, and Sucker Punch fucked you in the ass with it and kicked your ass. And they made a better Assassin's Creed game than you've ever made.
Right.
And then you came out like however many years later, 4 or 5 years later, and we're like, oh shit, we can do that too, but let's make rap music play whenever Yasuke starts fighting.
Yeah.
Because it's totally not stereotyping to have black people with rap music.
On many
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
That always pisses me the hell off.
Something Eric debunks hasn't quite grasped yet. Yeah. Anyway.
to Japanese content with a focus on how
PewDiePie reviewed
non-Japanese people
Japan.
interact with Japan. Some of his content trends towards the negative, and frankly, I do not blame him. Westerners are particularly disrespectful when it comes to Japan, like the lady who attempted to take photos of this Michael working in Kyoto. Michael and other geisha in this district are working. This is their job. What this woman is doing is the equivalent of breaking into.
Why would Backseater's mom do this?
Yeah, what the fuck,
When
Mom?
put in this context, it's quite easy to understand how non-Japanese people treat Japanese people as a kind of sideshow when this is daily life.
Bruh, the reason...
Some non-Japanese people, not
Yeah.
all.
I don't think we do that.
Bruh, you got, like, yeah, that's gotta be like that
Nah,
one
people do
fucking
it.
broad. But even if it were the case, bruh, you gotta cut us a little bit of slack. This is shit we're not used to over here in America. Like you, sir, Canada, or wherever the fuck you're from. I'm willing to bet good fucking money they don't have shit like that in his neighborhood. I'm willing to bet good money on that.
Although I will disrespect Canadians even if I go to their country. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
fuck
like,
you,
your money
Canada."
sucks. We win hockey all the time. You,
You
guys
gave
suck.
you gave us maple syrup, you gave us Total Drama Island, you gave us a lot of other shit in between, but fuck you, Canada, and fuck you for making penicillin too. Canada made my weakness. Yeah. Penicillin's my
I just
kryptonite.
want to say, Total Drama was my fucking childhood, but I will
Yes.
never forgive Teletoon for how they treated the voice actress.
Yeah. Anyway.
That I myself tried to educate people on Japan and explain
Oh,
some of
you're
the
the
do's and
expert.
don'ts
Yeah.
while in the country. So
Ooh, look at me on my
this
trip to
isn't a
Japan.
video.
I would love if he's making this video and a bunch of Japanese people start taking pictures of him. He's like, you must be respectful. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, look at me, look at me on my vacation. I'm a real weeaboo here.
Are you Kobe? He's just like, what?
Are you
Damn
shocked?
Japanese are all racist. Fuck them.
You're the Yasuke, so you're the Yasuke.
Yeah. We got Jorge
Disagree.
Lucas.
Show-
We got Jorge Canada, LOL, indeed. Mike Cassius, Canada gave a short fat otaku, indeed. Fucking Christ.
Canada gave us
Blame
Canada.
Canada. Blame Canada.
Yeah.
Shohei on how Asian people are often mistreated in Western society,
Oh,
which is the
okay.
title of his video. Rather, this is a refutation of the things he says about this game, which are not accurate, and is ignorant of the series as a whole.
Living in Europe and America as a Japanese, I do understand the idea of Asian. I do understand how we are seen and how invisible we are. But you know what? I won't shut up.
We're already starting with a dishonest framing of this issue. You're showing Ki Hui Kwan and Michelle
Hold on,
apparently being
pause.
ignored by people.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized what this guy's voice reminds me of. I'm just gonna put it on chat here. I'm gonna put it on general. You guys click on it, and when you hear the voice, you can hear it.
Alright.
Ooh, the Birdman or the Asian dude?
The Blanca Birdman.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna play a clip, Evan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just listen to the voice.
Jehovah's Witness. Believe it or not, he went from Catholic to Jehovah.
What?
So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic to Jehovah. You know, meanwhile, we're from Harlem. My father's doing coke. You know, my mother thinks she's Aunt Margaret. She's teasing the hair with a bottle of vodka. You know, so dysfunctional, cross-addicted
Sounds
family.
like she's doing
Still
40
cooking.
packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
Really smoking right now.
What is this?
You guys hear it, right? You guys can hear it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear it. We
Yeah.
heard
Yeah,
it.
we can hear it.
I muted it just now so we could talk, but yes, we were able to hear it. Yeah.
What the fuck is this a man or a woman? What the hell? I don't know.
Was.
I don't know that that fur thing is
It's a
covering
coat.
the
It's a coat,
chest
yeah.
area, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to the victim award over here. We're at the
Jorge.
Victims Award show.
Jorge,
Talk about
what
Asian
is
hate and
that
black hate.
thing? Indeed, Jorge, indeed.
It's a rare Pokemon. Throw something at it.
Yeah.
People accepting an award at an award show, which I can only assume you believe was done purposefully. Typically, at these award shows, the winner is attempting to reach the microphone as quickly as possible.
Bro, it
so
ain't
they
that
walk
deep. He
right
was
on
just
past the
posting a
people on
funny
the
clip.
stage that are furthest from the mic. I mean, heck,
Who the hell
in very
even gives a
footage you
crap about
show,
award
Emma
shows?
walks right past Charlize Theron with a mere glance. Does that mean she's
Well, that's
ignored?
because Charlize Theron was busy fucking 26-year-olds at this award show. She was being ignored. Trying to relive her glory days.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I
This is
did see a
in
red
South
cart.
Africa.
Oh, what's that?
This is how we do it in South Africa.
This is how we do it,
That's Elon.
baby.
I did see a funny clip recently. It was like the Superman actress, the Lois Lane actress rather. She like wanted to hug someone very delicately, and she was like, "Sorry, I can't touch you with all my makeup." But as she said makeup, she just pointed to her tits because they're hanging out in her dress. I was like, that was fake or something. Like, what are you implying with that
Yeah.
motion?
Yeah.
She just goes home and takes them off.
Bring African Americans?
Emma Stone could
I
use
don't need
those.
that image in my head.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. In the
Wait,
full
what?
clip, you see
John, go
Emma
back 10
does turn
seconds.
around and acknowledge Sharp. Does that mean she's ignoring African Americans?
What?
Sorry.
Because Charlize Theron is from South Africa,
Oh.
and he ignored her.
Okay.
Which is, he just stole that joke. He would never admit this, but he totally stole that joke from somebody asked Trump at a press conference whenever he was first inaugurated. Is Elon Musk your favorite African American? Because he's from fucking South Africa.
Yeah.
So we know you were watching. We know what you were watching now,
Yes.
Birdman. You secretly love him.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist. In the full clip, you see Emma does turn around and acknowledge Charlize and Michelle Yeoh.
Very nice.
So, to my audience, you can see why I didn't exclude this particular moment from Shohei's video. People that make this type of content always have to frame things dishonestly.
Bro, ain't nobody
Bruh.
calling Emma Stone anti-Asian. Jesus, it was just a clip to like kind of give a visual aid to what he was saying. Half the
Exactly.
time people use movie clips for those things, which are obviously not reflective of the real person. Like, oh my god, you're taking it. This is like, see, he's being dishonest. It's like,
Yeah.
I really don't think he was making any
is
sort of
almost like-
statement with that.
This is almost like SK levels of breaking every little freaking detail down.
Fucking SK. I think SK is a collaborator with Ant, I think, because he jumped in one point. He completely caught me off guard on Twitter. He fucking
Yeah, I
jumped
saw
me. I'm
that.
telling you. Yeah, Brandon. Thankfully,
I
Brandon.
saw that, and he
that-
went after.
Thankfully, Brandon
Yeah, and he
jumped
went after
in.
me.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Fucking
because SK has beef with me too.
SK's a dirty fighter, I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. He will fight dirty. Because I was following like a drama a while back where he was in an argument with another YouTuber,
Yeah.
who he partnered up with for a little bit afterwards, and then split
Aw.
apart from after the other guy made an edgy joke.
Oh,
But so the guy SK was arguing with Colin, made a tweet against puberty blockers, and SK tried to bring that up in an argument over the quality of writing to Insomniac's Spider-Man game.
What?
What?
I'm not kidding. SK literally tries to throw mud at him because that's all he has. And SK tries to invalidate me because I once, like a stupid idiot, tried to debate him, but I was totally not prepared.
Mhm.
He keeps waving that around like, oh, dude, you can't take this guy seriously. And I'm like, I've grown and matured since then.
Yeah.
it's like at this point it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Their
Anyway,
points
sorry
don't
about that
hold up to
tangent.
scrutiny otherwise. In that same award show footage, Robert Downey Jr. walks right past Mahershala Ali and
Racist.
Christoph Waltz. To frame this as
Anti-Germanist.
these people ignoring the Asians means you ignored the white and
Oh
black
my
people.
God, he's walking
Oh
towards
my-
the award.
We're not off to
my
a
It's not that deep.
Every time I
Yeah.
You're not going to greet every single darn person at first. You're probably going to grab the award first,
Yeah.
then greet everybody.
Yeah.
Chances are you might.
That's true.
Chances are, by accident, you might walk past somebody. I mean, my
Yeah.
brother did this earlier today, as we were at his graduation from the summer camp he was at, and he went and he accidentally forgot to shake someone's hand and had to go back and do it.
Yeah. Dude, I remember this.
happened.
I remember this one instance where like Obama was president. He was walking down the fucking like aisle down towards like just to make a speech, but along the way there were a bunch of people holding their hands out, wanted to shake his hand, and he was gonna shake all their hands. It took him like half an hour to get to the podium.
Like you
that
gotta
reminds
make it that you're polite. You have to make it that you're polite, but also at the same time not waste everybody's time.
Right. Anyway.
That actually reminds me of this funny Key and Peele sketch. Obama just got done giving a speech, and as he's walking out of the podium, he's shaking everyone's hand. They're all white too. He's shaking the one white guy's hand, he's shaking a white woman's hand, shaking another white guy's hand. Then finally gets to the black guy. Instead of shaking his hand, he just pulls in for a big bro, like, "Hey, how you doing, man?"
Well, that was actually making fun of a real thing that Obama did, where it was, I forget who he saw, but he didn't really know the one guy, so he did like a very official handshake with him, and that guy like happened to be white, and then he like moved to the next person in line. It was somebody who he like was big bros with, so he's just like, hey, he did like this super friendly thing, and it was just like a funny contrast because he looked so super deadly serious shaking one guy's hand, and then instantly was like, oh hey, what's up? And then like Key and Peele made fun of it and like expanded it.
Yeah.
And then, but like, this is all very good information on how to accept awards and such, but I think the main thing here, as far as like nitpicking that in the video, is I wasn't really taking it as a serious statement against Robert Downey or Emma Stone. It was just like purely just a quick little visual aid for what he was talking about. I don't think it was meant to be like a serious criticism of like, oh, look at these actors that ignore Asians.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
like,
We got double AA. We got double AA. Big Baby 2.0. Where are you? I don't think Big Baby's coming back anymore. I think we thoroughly scared him off. I think I think he learned his lesson.
Yeah, I haven't said anything yet, but I double checked on his channel just to see what was going on. He was talking to another one of my enemies who was telling him to just ignore us.
Mhm.
He made like a big-winded comment about how we're never going to amount to anything, and that we're just going to stew in our own hate, blah blah blah, and that he should just ignore us.
Right.
He kept talking about how I'm boosting Momo in the algorithm. I'm like, that's not how the algorithm works. We aren't making videos on that person. You are in our.
If anything, he was helping boost us because he was commenting in our videos and our streams.
That's what I kept trying to say to shut him up. I was like, dude, you realize every time you comment on a live stream, like it's going to get boosted a little bit more. Like people always tell you to comment. He's like, no, I'm helping this random other person who I keep mentioning. It's like, that's not how it works. All right.
And speaking of Darth Homo, Scrubby Looking Nerfer just uploaded a new video, so go check that out when the stream's done. Anyway.
Homo actually wrote a response to that.
Calling me racist, and some people say like all Japanese are racist. And why you care about the historical accuracy or blah blah blah? Or you don't like that because of Black Samurai? Really?
I think people care about historical accuracy when you want to immerse yourself in something.
Right.
It helps with immersion.
Right.
Well, it's like whatchamacallit, the suspension of disbelief. It's kind of like you can be historically inaccurate, like, for instance, in Assassin's Creed, when Leonardo da Vinci is talking to Ezio and he invents, like, It's a bunch of his inventions in the game that were like basically experiments or like just like little graphs that he would sketch out real quick. They make him actually make those in the game, like a flying machine, a gun, with the submarine, all that shit. So that is obviously fictional, but it's somewhat in line with reality in that like, oh, he was thinking about these things, and we knew he was an inventor, and he had a lot of areas in his life that were not documented, so theoretically this could have happened behind the scenes,
or
not
John,
like Yasuke was to a 180.
or John, an example from a game series you're currently playing, in the Medal of Honor games. Like, if there's a weapon in those games that didn't see release at the time period the game is set, or just didn't get released into the war at all, whatever, but still fits the overall time period, like, that's allowed too, basically.
Yeah, like, I don't think that one agent went in and stopped the Germans from making a nuclear weapon and, like, blew up their facility or whatnot.
Right.
But, I know that they were trying to make a nuke and that there were, allied operatives going in behind enemy lines and stuff. So it's like, it's at least, like, somewhat in line with reality.
Right.
It's not just 180 from reality.
Right.
For Asian people and Japanese culture in this game.
In my experience, some Japanese people tend to have problems understanding how they are a little too sensitive about certain things, like people appreciating and adapting Japanese culture, while at the same time the Japanese person is appreciating and appropriating other cultures. I think you may be an example of that, Shohei, with how you just showed an actor apparently ignoring black, white, and Asian actors.
Oh, you're still going on about that, huh?
Focused on the Asian. I'm reminded of the Kim Kardashian scandal a few years ago when she released a product called Kimono, an obvious wordplay of kimono and her
show her tits.
Japanese people went into an uproar, including a few of them on my Facebook friends list, with the main talking point being that
over a
Kim
dumb
was
pun
being disrespectful to Japanese culture. Me being me, I obviously responded to the clear hypocrisy, pointing out that Japanese people appropriate other cultures.
Oh no.
What is it with me and fucking dudes named Ants? Holy shit.
So, like, next you're gonna tell me you have an actual beef with ants, like the insect.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this one?
While we're talking about it, Japanese people here are some examples of Japanese.
Hey, that looks like my last family reunion. No, I'm just kidding.
These ones just ruin themselves, so I agree with him. They should not appropriate the black culture there, because your hair looks stupid, you're dancing like a whore, and you're
freaking twerking, man.
Hang on. Double AA. That's a shame. I thought Big Baby and I would be YouTube besties and share an appetizer over at Applebee's. Herb, why you commenting? Herb, why are you commenting in the live chat? Why don't you just make a comment right now? This guy convinces me anti-racism induces premature aging.
Yeah, right. Like, I imagine he's burning like 2,000 or 3,000 calories a day trying to, like, suss out why somebody's, like, behavior is actually stemmed in, like, deep hatred and, like, intolerance or some shit. Like,
right.
I don't know, man. It just seems like a waste of...
Well, his, like, hypocrisy here is that if a white guy or, like, well, probably just mainly white people, if they started speaking on black culture, he would never accept it. If they were ever like, some black people are too sensitive, he'd be like, oh. But he's fine to say, like, to the Japanese guy, like, oh, which, I'm fine with giving anybody shit, but I know this guy's got the ridiculous double standard.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Anyway.
Hey.
And nobody ever says anything. Most of the people watching this video have never seen what I'm showing on the screen, and that shows you that most people don't even care when Japanese people do it. Naturally, a very sensitive and hypocritical member of my friend.
See, I laugh at that, but that's because the Japanese people can get away with stuff that I can't. So I can only laugh at their racism.
Yeah, hang on. Let me read this off. Anthony, here is where you're wrong. Japanese people aren't stealing other culture. You chose the wrong word. Japanese are admiring other culture because they are interested in it. When black women bleach their hair blonde, do you say black women are stealing white culture? So please, do us a favor and replace stealing for a better word. Yasue, here is where you are misunderstanding English. I said stealing. Do you notice the quotation marks? This means I'm saying that I don't think it's stealing. I didn't come up with that word. Japanese people on Twitter are saying that Kim is stealing their culture. The point that I'm making is that Japanese people appropriate other people's cultures all the time. The same thing Kim is doing. And I don't think this is admiring culture at all. This is these people not knowing the significance of the cultures they're appropriating and only doing it because they think it looks cool. This is fact. The Japanese people posting in blackface are not admiring black culture. I can't believe you can sit here with a serious face and tell me that these Japanese people in blackface are admiring black people. You are married to a black man. Ask him how he feels about that. Blackface is meant to denigrate and make fun of black people. The ones dressing up as Mexican gangsters don't understand why that is insensitive. They just think it looks cool. This is the problem that I have. You want people to take Kim Kardashian's appropriation of Japanese culture seriously, but don't think that Japanese people admiring other cultures is a big deal. If these Japanese people are simply admiring these cultures, why is it that if Kim is just admiring Japanese culture? So do me a favor and actually try to listen to what people are saying before you blindly come to my post defending your country. Japanese people are wrong. Kim is wrong, but you're only mad at Kim. That's the point.
I think neither is wrong. I think
it's just a stupid play on words with her name.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he's
that's
also,
nothing to get upset about.
He's kind of arguing out of both sides of his mouth, too. He's like, they're not admiring, but also they're both admiring, and so therefore it's okay. It's like, wait, what? Or it's not okay, he says. So he makes this whole argument as to why it's all different, and then at the end says, oh, well, it's the same. You should just be okay, or you should not be okay with either of them. It's just like, dude, don't make the 3-paragraph argument against this and then say, but the other thing is just the same, because that's clearly not the point you originally made. Also, a lot of the things that they're quote-unquote stealing, it's just, they are meant to just look cool. Like, a haircut is just meant to look cool. That's about as deep as it goes. So the Japanese people doing it because they think it looks cool, that's as deep as the black people are with it. Like, it's not some misunderstanding of the culture. It's a haircut. Like, obviously you're only going to do it because it looks cool.
Right.
So, like, if we made an adaptation of an anime, is that us stealing Japanese culture because anime mostly comes from Japan?
Probably, according to this asshole, yeah.
Well, I'm one of those guys who is an asshole to the whole anime thing, because it's like, you know, I wouldn't even call it an anime if somebody not from Japan made it. I would just say, oh, it's in an anime art style. And I'm like, but it's made by like British or Americans or
like
whatever.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't like get mad at people if they call it anime or whatever, but I'll just be like, if I'm talking about it, I wouldn't call it that.
Oh, speaking of blackface, this dude is gonna have a field day when he finds out about the dumb shit I've gotten into. We got Zod partially retarded saying lol. Yes, Birdman is a lol cow. Anyway, let's keep going. Or lol.
Another point I was going to make, but I kept getting cut off. Most people in Japan are very reluctant to let Hollywood adapt anime into live action, mainly because of the way we bastardize
our own
Dragon Ball
comic
Z.
books, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, you know...
Hollywood's got a Hollywood.
Yeah, you know how Nintendo, for a while, did not want to make any movies after the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Double Dragon, by the way, which they didn't make Double Dragon, but, you know, they were like, oh, that was such a shit movie, they bastardized our property, so they're very protective of their IP, because unlike a lot of American companies, they actually know how to maintain an IP for a long time and not milk it dry. That's why Nintendo doesn't make 50 Mario games, mainline games, each generation and have it run its course in a generation. They've had it keep going for 40 years.
At least until now. Now it seems like they're doing their best to kill everything.
I think they're still doing fine somehow.
Respond to
because they have a loyal army of slaves.
Nintendo.
What are you talking about? Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers here, and everybody is attacking me for liking Mario
And
Kart.
Harmon Smith.
Anybody who insults me for liking Mario Kart, you all can go to hell. But
Yeah.
also,
Crash
I
Team
have my-
Racing's better.
No.
Oh, Brandon taking a shot. Anyway, let's go on.
And I obliterated her.
Ooh.
This woman is married to a
Ooh,
black
you obliterated
American
her,
man,
huh?
wears her hair in an afro,
I think he's confusing saying more with obliterating.
wears hoop earrings, speaks black American slang, literally
They said
only
very quick.
listens to
I
rap
did
and
the
R&B,
internet
and styles her
equivalent.
makeup to appear more like a black person.
I
Filibuster.
did
know,
the
you're
internet. I did the internet equivalent of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on this bitch.
I have absolutely zero problem with her doing this. Some black people might, but I think it's cool that she's taken that much of an interest in black culture.
Sure,
But she,
pal.
Okay.
like you, is only focused on others and thinks the cherry picking that she's doing is justified. It's not.
We have Afro Samurai. There's no backlash. And yes, there's a historical inaccuracy, but what we care is that respect.
By the way, how is this situation any different to Resident Evil 5? You have a foreigner in a country where the majority of the enemies are ethnically homogenous, and you have a female partner who is a local of that country that helps you eliminate the other locals. The games were both developed by people who are not native to the locations.
Helps you eliminate the other locals. She's only helping you kill zombies, bro. She's not just
Yeah.
going around killing black people.
Exactly. It's like,
Precisely.
And the main bad guy is a
You know what
white dude,
Resident-
Wesker.
like Resident Evil 5. I mean, it's a split entry from a video I watched on like the entirety of Resident Evil, but
Yeah.
it's like it wasn't like, oh, you're shooting black people. No, zombies and this virus infected that area, and they all turned into zombies. You're fighting
Right.
zombies. At that point, you're not like, oh shoot, you're killing black zombies. It's like, it's zombies. They're going to kill people and make more zombies.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the time for us to care about what the hell they're
Oh
freaking
my
racist.
god, we're gonna have a
Just shoot the damn zombie.
we're gonna have a field day in the Backseat Boys Halloween special. I can tell you all that.
Put it this way: if Leon S. Kennedy had been black in Resident Evil 2, like he's just a black cop in a big city, that's not completely unbelievable. And mostly all the zombies were white in those games, so I wouldn't have been like, "Wow, he's racist." Why
Wow,
is he only shooting the
Leon's an Uncle Tom, or yeah.
yeah, really.
Anyway, hang
Heck,
on,
the same argument.
we got Double A going, ugh! Yeah, Double A, this guy, indeed, this guy. Mike Cassius, the Resident Evil 5 argument again? Yes, Mike Cassius, that's just how butthurt these people are. They never let shit go, anyway.
And they used to make their female characters look like this and give them Little Red Riding Hood alternate costumes.
Argument that the protagonist could have been a local even applies here. Resident Evil 5 didn't have to star Chris Redfield. They have an interesting character in Sheva, and she could have been.
Is she that interesting?
These are
Not
damn
really.
near one-to-one
Chris is
comparison.
literally
If you're
like
mad
one of
about-
the poster boys of the franchise. I'm sorry.
Sheva hasn't even been
Leon.
back.
What?
She,
the starring character of the Resident Evil series up until 7 was Super Cops, and Chris
Yeah.
Redfield
Yeah.
was one of them.
Chris,
only made
Jill, Leon, Claire is in one, but yeah, Rebecca, yeah.
I mean, wasn't Claire like turned into some sort of super spy or something at some
Claire,
point?
I don't remember, but I definitely know she didn't start off as a cop. I know that for fact. Anyway,
Yeah, Sheva's pretty much a nothing burger, and she was thrown in later, as far as I know.
Yeah,
It was
like late
after they got their
development.
initial backlash, they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta have a native girl."
yeah.
I mean, either way, it's like it only makes sense that you toss Chris Redfield in. Chris Redfield was popular,
He's like,
Yep,
he's
and
like,
you already
property
had-
protection.
and like the last game already had Leon, so it's like, do you really want to go ahead and
Yeah.
use Leon again?
yeah.
Just glad they brought back Wesker.
we got double-
Ouroboros to be
we-
released into the atmosphere.
We got double AA. If you have to use the race card in your arguments, and your credibility is lost and not worth listening to, yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
It's like
We
high
just need a,
CHD.
we just We just need a versus here to make it death battle. These two versus these two.
Let's
Pretty sure the
analyze
guns win.
Let's analyze their weapon, armor, and skills. Find out who would win up. And they're dead.
Yeah. Sheva shotguns them both.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, then you have to be mad about Resident Evil 5, which we know you're not, as evidenced by this being the best-selling Resident Evil game ever. And complaining
Really?
about journalists that complained about Resident Evil 5 doesn't
So
cut it, because you are
Insomniac's
literally
Spider-Man 2017 is like one of the highest selling Spider-Man games. Does that automatically make it like the best Spider-Man game? No.
No.
Oh, and of course
Although
you're
the first-
using heels versus baby
Fucking
face.
pronouns.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
legendary, though.
He's-
That legendary rant of his.
He's got.
Still the only. That's going to be a quiz question in a few years. Like, what game was he ranting about? Because already nobody remembers Starfield.
John, you just gave the answer away. Now everyone's gonna cheat on the quiz.
No, it hasn't been long enough yet. We need to wait a few more years to make it a hard trivia question. But yeah, he's basically like trying to make the argument that like, oh, they're complaining about the journalists. It's like, that was from like years ago, dude. These games aren't coming. Obviously, the complaints are going to be different. It's an entirely different media landscape now.
Yeah.
Agreeing with them right now. You people are the snowflakes you used to make fun of.
Really?
How can you
No,
say
we're
you can
not.
teach history of Japan doing this kind of stupid things?
This is where
I don't
think
even
you're
understand what
showing
the hell you
ignorance of
just
this
said.
series. Assassin's Creed has always been historical fiction.
Oh, also the
Thanks,
first
Captain
Insomniac.
Obvious.
Yeah. The first Insomniac Spider-Man game is leagues better than their next two. They go down steadily in quality, by the way. Spider-Man 2, I
Oh, no,
fucking
they don't
sold
ju-
that
they
shit
don't
as soon as I was done with it. I was like, no.
They don't steadily go down. They freaking jumped off a cliff after the first
Yeah.
game.
I literally
Like, the
played through
first
the
game
first
is-
one to platinum twice because I was like, I could just transfer my trophies and get this platinum again, but I actually just want to play through this whole game again when they
I
had the
platinumed it
remaster or
twice.
whatever. Yeah.
I platinumed the original twice. Never got the remaster because Peter's face looked freaking awful. And yeah, and I played the other two games in the series. I stopped playing the Spider-Man 2 halfway through because the Black Cat was by thing, and I was like done. But
When
and then I
Miles
went
Morales
online and
helped
then
you
I
get
saw
the black suit off, it was hilarious. He's like, I'll fight it off for you, Peter, while you wallow around and I beat you with the black suit on.
that reminds me, I've got a couple videos of someone defending that game I'm going to cover soon.
Oy, oy,
But
oy.
Well, we'll stay
it's
on this one.
yeah, we gotta keep going on this. I'm saying I'm gonna cover it on my channel at some
Good.
point.
Anyway.
Nice.
In case you
Also,
don't know
plug
what
in.
historical fiction means, it's a genre of fiction that gives us an ahistorical story.
Thank you for
set in a
defining the
historical
obvious.
Period. That being the
It's kind of in
case,
the name.
they don't have to get things exactly right. Almost
I'm
no
pretty
game
sure.
does.
I'm pretty
Hell,
sure
the-
that if you want historical fiction to work, you wouldn't change the race of like an actual historical figure.
Yeah, it's not just an end-all be-all excuse. You can't just be like, oh, Yasuke was actually a Klingon. Guys, it's historical fiction. It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
It's like, not really.
It's like with the Cleopatra being Blackbit.
Or it reminds me of the argument like the stormtrooper bumped his head in 1976. Therefore, we can do any silly thing we want forever in Star Wars. It's like Assassin's Creed was historically inaccurate one time, so now we can just do anything we want ever.
It's basically
it's
the
a
original
definite
sin
excuse.
argument, yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima is filled with historical inaccuracies, the main one being that in Kamakura Jidai, the period where Ghost of Tsushima takes place, the tenets of Bushido hadn't yet been developed.
No!
Oh no!
I'll say that again. In the time period Ghost of Tsushima takes place, the samurai code of ethics wouldn't be fully developed for over 300 years. In case that's not
Cares, though.
sounding off alarms, that's a major plot point in the story, that Jin Sakai stops following the teachings of the samurai to become the ghost, a person that kills in the shadows, something the game tells us is dishonorable. But in reality,
sounds
samurai
cool.
used asymmetrical warfare and stealth tactics all the time. Right off the bat, the premise of the game is insanely historically inaccurate.
It's not even
And
historical
what did Shohei
inaccuracy. It's
say
the
about
comical way that
Tsushima?
they do it.
The Japanese slang not slang, like Japanese game word, kamige, gut level game. I feel this is definitely kamige.
So the story works in and of itself. It has way more compelling characters than fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows. Their motivations make way more sense.
I did hear
And
a
also,
lot of good things about this game.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. And the time period isn't really this. That's not really the same as like messing up a figure or just getting something completely wrong. Like if they'd have gotten the, put it this way, I'd rather them get the samurai code aspect correct than and then just like completely fuck that up and get the time period right.
Right.
Like if they were just completely off with all their principles, and then it was just like, oh, but we got the years right, guys. It's like the first thing they tell you as a history major is the years and dates aren't nearly as important as like what happened.
Right.
Even the only historical inaccuracy in Ghost of Tsushima. The game places emphasis on one-on-one duels, which weren't really how
It's a gameplay mechanic.
Century battles were conducted.
It's a boss fight. It's in
The
games.
swords in the game, katana, which weren't the swords used in the
Oh my
13th
God.
century.
Okay, that's
That would be
another thing.
Hitachi.
That's another thing. I hate this because, again, it's something... Because, again, I've seen this argument all the damn time with a couple of idiots. Like, when going back to the Insomniac Spider-Man example, when I was arguing how stupid it was to play as Mary Jane in, the sequel, people were like, oh... Because I complained, like, oh, she can shrug off getting shot with an arrow and be completely fine. And people are like, well, if you want it to be more realistic, then Peter and Miles are killing people with their finishers. And I'm like, there has to be, the suspension of disbelief has to be drawn somewhere.
Yeah.
Gameplay gameplay isn't exactly canon to what's happening.
Yeah. I think Brandon, what you're trying to get at is that like you're gonna have to make certain concessions for the sake of gameplay. Like here's what's a good example?
Dead
okay,
Rising.
No, I was gonna think of a Star Wars one. So in Star Wars, right, basically how Star Wars handles the gameplay of games in relation to the plots of the games is that unless the writers nail specifically down how the story played out, then basically you could run through basically how the game could play out. For example, in Knights of the Old Republic, you could play through that whole game as like a blaster character. You're incentivized to play as a Jedi, but you could potentially play as like a blaster character. Unless some writer comes along and says, oh, actually, the main character of that game, I don't want to give spoilers away because Cammy might be watching this, but you could make it through that whole game. It's like, hey, the main character made it through the whole game with a green-colored one-handed saber, basically. Like, I don't know, I'm just bullshitting here. Like, then in that case, that's the gameplay. And another thing is that the lightsabers, obviously. Lightsabers have always been shown to just cut through shit like butter. And, there's a lot of Star Wars games where they don't do that. They don't cut through people. They don't cut their limbs off. Because that would just be hell on the graphics engine, right?
Well, and also
not to mention the ratings.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want like bosses that just die in one hit because you don't want to have every lightsaber dual boss fight end in one hit.
Right. So yeah, basically
Exactly.
and in this case, like the concessions are gonna be now. In this case, I would say it's similar to that, where it's like, oh, they have to do this for like a gameplay. In this case, I'd say it's more so a case of like, these things are just more iconic and well-known. Like, how many people will know what the hell a Tachi is, right? Now, unless you're, like, a fucking weapons expert or a Japanese historian, you're not gonna know what the hell this is. But katanas, people are gonna know what the hell this is, for example.
Plus, if you weren't very clear about how you pronounced it, people would think it's the Naruto character because it would be Itachi.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What? He's got the sharing gun. Why is he even fighting with a sword?"
Yeah.
The armor Jin wears resembles armor of the Edo period, rather than the Oyoroi and Domaru armor that would be commonplace in the Kamakura.
Okay, you can run around in your underwear in this game, so don't get me on about the fucking armor.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they weren't doing that either.
Yeah, let me catch up on chat here. Hey, it's Wall. How you doing, you little son of a bitch? Why does the bird brain sound slow down? I don't know. Maybe he's a pothead. I don't know. Mike Cassius, The Force Unleashed. Yes, The Force Unleashed is a good example of what I'm talking about. The Force Unleashed. The Force abilities in that game are purposefully ramped up for the sake of just exaggeration, spectacle, right? But that's not how it actually went down. And that is why The Force Unleashed novelization is the canon telling you that story, not the game. But I digress. Moving on.
Period. The real Tsushima is way smaller than the game's version and doesn't have large snow-covered mountains and giant golden forests. Haikus play a major part in the game, but that form of poetry wouldn't
Dude, they
exist
wanted to
for
put
now
cool shit in the game.
years.
Yeah.
Now, some of you might say, well, none of that is a big deal because the game was still a good game regardless. To which I would agree. I'm still salty that The Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year over that game because no one was being honest
you're a
with himself.
transphobe. I can't believe it.
Does
Most
anyone
thinks
give a
The Last of Us
freaking
2 is a
crap about the Game of the Year awards?
Nope.
I love how everybody now says, like, this game won Game of the Year, and they're always just referring to Jeff Keighley, the Dorito Kings awards show. I'm like, there's like 300 Game of the Year awards given out every year, guys.
Right.
Like, who decided that that was the only one that matters? Because he got a bunch of people to come there in suits.
Herb also said...
Yeah, it's like...
Herb also says you only live twice, once when you're born. Herb, why aren't you just talking normally? You don't have to talk in the chat.
Maybe he's knocking on doors.
Once
that's a haiku. Somebody mentioned a haiku, and I'm like, you only live twice. Once when you were born, and once when you stare death in the face.
Alright.
Yeah, that's
I get it.
James Bondisms.
You're
Beautiful,
right.
beautiful.
I see
beautiful.
Brandon, what were we gonna say?
I lost my train of thought.
God damn it. Alright, moving on.
Video game than Ghost of Tsushima. I refuse to accept that. But the point is...
No. Wait. I was going to say that the Game of the Year thing is basically like the Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
nobody really gives a crap outside of, like, idiots. Because I remember a couple years back, there were YouTubers trying to push for Sonic Frontiers to win. And it didn't. And it was like... Because I had played part of that game, and I'm like, this is not Game of the Year material. You guys are delusional. But they acted like it was a big deal, so... Yeah.
Even wildly so, and still be a good game. Right, Shohei?
I feel this is definitely Kamiye. Joe Raptor. I don't know how to pronounce. And I'm not sure if he likes Japan or he knows this controversy. I'm sure he knows. But pretending not knowing or he works for Ubisoft.
While watching this video, this part is what made me get off my MacBook and get on my desktop to begin writing this video. Perhaps this guy is assimilating into Western culture.
Perhaps you were triggered.
I'm picturing the Toby and Spider-Man 3 memes, like, woo! Whenever he does a little...
Gonna cry?
Yeah.
Gonna cry?
Because calling
Now we're
someone
here
that
to put some
disagrees with
dirt
you
in your
shit
eye.
Still,
That's
is
what us
textbook
Backseat Boys
grifter
do.
behavior. Don't be that guy.
Oh,
Your
of
arguments
course,
are better
grifter.
served-
Uh-huh.
served coming from the place that Westerners are simply ignorant of Japanese cultural norms, and you, as a Japanese person, are not. You are already losing ground with people that actually use their brains.
I hope he will.
Are
If
you
you use
sure?
your
Because I
brain,
don't
you
think
know
you're using
everything.
yours.
Are you
if
sure
you use-
about that?
Yeah, you use your brain. You must be on the same level of knowledge as an actual Japanese person. Excellent argument, Birdman.
I don't know. I mean,
You're
Johnny
losing
Somali,
ground.
it already exists. So we don't have to talk about Johnny Somali. I'm surprised it hasn't come up earlier. But, like, I mean, that's case in point. You can call it, like, a anecdotal evidence or whatever, you know, but it's, you know, people come over to the East and they act a fool and they get reprimanded, you know.
Yeah.
Alright. There's a lot of people like this. Oh my god, like a lot of hate comments towards the Japanese. On my channel, like saying Japanese are racist. They use f***ing anime for icon. What does it mean?
Well,
You
okay,
don't think
hang on.
your own
John,
comments
go
are a
back.
little ironic?
John, to go back. To be fair, alright, play.
my channel, like saying Japanese are racist, they use anime.
Okay, but yeah, to be fair, Longmire Corey, that's not an anime art, that's video game art right there. But yeah, I get what he's saying anyway.
But
I like the
What does it
Disney
mean?
shills who tell us that we don't show our faces, but they use cartoon avatars.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the ones that'll call you ugly when you do show your face, and then they also do not use their real face in an avatar. I'm like, dude, you can't talk shit if you're not willing to show it.
Right.
Like
You
what
don't
happened
think
with
your
Anna,
own
the
comments-
Star Wars girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are a little ironic, Shohei. You just said that people who are claiming Japanese people can be racist also consume Japanese cultural properties. Are you not making the claim that Westerners are hating Asians while wearing a Yankees cap and living in New York City? People can enjoy aspects of a culture and be critical of that culture, as you yourself are demonstrating. I fail to see the hypocrisy in people
Well,
enjoying,
it's not
say,
so much that they
anime,
can be
for example.
critical, but downright actually racist. And it would make them look like a hypocrite.
Well, they use it to justify, like, saying whatever the fuck they want. They're just like, well, some Japanese people are racist sometimes, so, fucking Ubisoft can do whatever they want. It's just like, okay.
But having problems with a singular Japanese person who they think has a poor argument. You didn't create anime, Shohei. Someone that shares your cultural background did. They're not criticizing anime.
I don't think he claimed to
They're
make
criticizing
anime.
You. Huge difference. I would agree that it's not helpful to accuse all or even most Japanese people of being racist. And if that's what these people did or are doing, boo them. They are silly and should be ignored.
And Japanese really don't.
Or called out like he did.
Always, all trailers. Dislike is higher than likes.
YouTube
He's going to say a
dislikes
bunch of Americans went in and disliked it, and that extension isn't accurate or something.
Yeah.
Even though people who I know who use the extension on their own videos have said that it is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
are an incredibly poor metric to judge anything. This game is controversial. This is an example of a review bomb. On top of that, you don't know that everyone who
Oh my
left it
god,
dislike
you're
here is
doing
even
the exact
Japanese.
same crap the shills do whenever something bombs, which is all the time.
Yeah.
It's been review bombed. It's been review bombed. It's all an internet hate mob. Why didn't it make anything at the box office then? Well, because the internet hate mob has all the influence, but also they're sad and they don't influence anything.
Yeah.
Which is what I'll say before the
It
next
is
movie
such a
comes
dumb
out.
narrative.
They only have as much power. I have to see the results first before I decide how much power they have on this movie release, because it fluctuates wildly.
It just
As quite a few
depends on the
trolls have been
writer,
pretending-
yeah.
Yeah. Anything that's successful, they'll cherry pick one comment about like somebody calling it woke, and they'll be like, "The internet hate mob was out for this movie, and it proves that woke doesn't make broke." It's like, dude, you found like one comment on Twitter like from 3 months ago, or something that has
Yeah, I
like
think they were-
1,000 likes.
There was an article trying to do that with the Superman movie.
Yeah,
I
well, it was
saw that on
probably based
MSN, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be like based on something that James Gunn said that somebody disagreed with, and they like haven't even seen the movie yet, and it'll be like, "Oh, see, it's the woke stuff does make money." It's like, dude, you need to show me some videos from like, you know, all the usual suspects that are saying that it's 100% going to be a certain way or that it is a certain way after it comes out. I bet you can't. Nobody prominent, nobody popular, and it's not like a widespread sentiment. You can always find one comment.
Yeah. We got Mike Cassius here saying the cartoon avatar weirdos, as Tim calls them. Yeah, pretty much.
To be Japanese to give the appearance that this game is hated by Japanese people as well. Actual quantifiable data suggests that the majority of Japanese people who even know about this game have a purchasing interest in the game.
All right, this
Okay,
is whenever
so
the game was coming out. This is after Monster Hunter came out, obviously. And it was like the only AAA game coming out in that time period. Of course, it's going to be the top selling. And then it got its ass handed to it by Expedition 33, when it was made by like 30 people.
As it is currently the #1 most pre-ordered game in Japan. So, Shohei, you
Pre-order.
appear to be in the minority.
Yes, let's compare it. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, look, a Gundam game. We got
Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
well, and obviously these aren't pre-orders; they
Shin
already
Megami
came out.
Tensei, yeah.
Yeah, so most of these other ones have already come out, so there wasn't a whole lot coming out, especially not as soon. Games are going to go up in pre-orders as they get closer to release. So, yeah, obviously it's going to be the number one. It's an Assassin's Creed game. It has a strong brand name. Just like Superman was number one at the box office the week it came out. It doesn't mean that it made $800 million or was successful.
In your own country. Now, the rest of this video is Shohei just reacting to the 3-hour gameplay footage with mostly silly quips that don't mean anything, like this.
Look how fast she is.
That's the sense point. Now we run fast. Good to know. I think
he was making fun of the guy commentating, I think, not the actual game.
Right, yeah.
So basically, he's pulling a Mr. Grizzy, just not as funny.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's trying. He's getting up there, but he's reaching. Yeah.
In a previous video, but why all of them has such a narrow forehead? Is that Japanese face? Narrow forehead?
Oh no, I picked the wrong weapon.
What?
Still. I'll show you more brutal assassinations in a moment, but yeah, this is Yasuke.
He said the brutal, right? I'll show you. So actually, Japanese version and US version is different because they know Japanese get offended, meaning they really know what they're doing. I really don't know why people still support this game. So Japanese version, they disabled. There's a skill like Yasuke cut off enemy's head and the limbs, but they took it off from Japanese version.
So, as you can see, he's mad about nothing, making mostly CinemaSins level quips.
Well, I think he's making fun of the company for changing it from one country to another, figuring that, like, Japanese people can't handle dismemberment or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which, actually, that was informative, because I didn't know about that change.
Also, way to go trying to hit them with the CinemaSins insult.
Yeah, considering like that, yeah.
Yeah, considering that technically most of your content is going after CinemaSins for being idiots.
He's like, Jeremy senpai, notice me. Anyway.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I also think that CinemaSins is like totally cringe.
Well, they're easy to make fun of, sure.
Ubisoft are changing the game because they are aware Japanese people would be sensitive to the killing of Japanese NPCs. But no,
they wouldn't.
They're changing aspect.
Saying that they're aware of it implies that they are right to think that. I don't think they are.
I mean, if that's like saying I would be sensitive to the idea of killing Americans when I have absolutely no problem wiping out an entire map of American NPCs in Hitman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I have totally done twice.
Why do you enjoy killing Americans so bad? I'm American. We're all the same, don't you know?
America, fuck yeah. Anyway.
Of the game because Japanese games are censored. This is a scene from the Western version of Resident Evil 2 Remake, where a cop in the RPD is ripped in half by a zombie. When put against the Japanese version of this scene, what Ubisoft is actually doing becomes clear.
I mean, Japanese.
So the legs. But still a lot of blood.
Ugh. That's grotesque.
I mean, okay, the Japanese version, he could have just died from blood loss still.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like Japanese media gets censored over here too. Sometimes because it's like
It's
Japanese
to us censored.
I mean, hell, 4Kids censored a lot of the anime that they showed to infamous levels of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
But it's like it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not mutually exclusive.
When you play games like No More Heroes, the Japanese, every time you slice up someone in the Japanese version, those enemies tend to disintegrate. But in here in the States, it's like fucking Mortal Kombat in No More Heroes. That goes everything.
Well, I'm just thinking of Japanese Leon Kennedy now. He'd be like, Ativasu! Weskaru!
Yeah.
but I want to get to another of Shohei's videos regarding this game because I think some of his positions require tackling.
So I posted a video that I was talking about why a lot of Japanese are protesting new Assassin's Creed game. And I think the video was pretty successful to convey my idea. I got a lot of the comment supporting what a lot of Japanese are talking about. The video got more likes than official Japanese trailer of Assassin's Creed. And I really appreciate people who support us and showing understanding.
Which the grifters can't influence how many likes because YouTube shows that. So you have no excuse now, Birdman. He's being right. He got about twice as many.
Understanding, it's really meaningful to us. But also, I still get these comments saying it's just game or you don't know the meaning of historical fiction.
You believe everything in every... No. God, we already discussed that.
Look this. This is interview from the Ubisoft Think director for Xbox. We are showing real historical figures and a lot of events that happened during at that time. So you are not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period. That's not acceptable, since they have a lot of doing like wrong stuff about describing Japan and a lot of misinformation. But they're saying you can learn about this fantastic time period. Learning about fantastic time period.
So Shohei seems to be under the assumption that Ubisoft is claiming to be 100% historically accurate here, and I don't know if there is a language barrier.
Claiming to be teachers, and there ain't no language barrier here. That's what they're claiming. And they used to be pretty good at that. They would have little blurbs and stuff. You could walk up to monuments and get, you know, the real historic. You can still do that if you go into the index on shadows and stuff. But it's much more hidden. You used to be able to just actually like walk up to buildings and stuff, and you would get the little blurb on like Notre Dame. They actually sold Assassin's Creed Unity after Notre Dame burnt down, so that people could go through and experience it, which was like actually pretty cool of them back in like 2015 or whatever.
Right.
You know, back when companies still kind of had a soul.
Yeah. There were probably some good people left at Ubisoft back then.
Or if he's truly
got
this
Mike
night.
Cassius. Of all the things in Stardust Crusaders, the only thing censored in Japan was Jotaro smoking. Oh, yada daze. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Yada daze.
But that isn't what Ubisoft is saying. This is Assassin's Creed, a science fiction game where you take control of a person's ancestors with a machine called the Animus, and you relive their lives in the form of games.
It does this ridiculous thing so we can do whatever we want now.
Periods, these games have always been inaccurate to history and take liberties with historical events. In the second game,
never
into a fist fight with...
I hear this example every fucking time. It's like you can tell they all just watch each other's videos and just parrot the same points.
They all share
honestly,
notes.
out of the whole
Just like the
series,
shield.
people always pick this. It's like, you're fist fighting the Pope in the fucking game. You're fist fighting the Pope. I saw this on X immediately after the game came out. I see every fucking video that comes out about it. It's always uses the example to, this series has always been ridiculous.
It's a lot like the Star Wars example, all over again. Stormtrooper bumps his head as an unintentional accident, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Disney has full right to go full on comedy.
Yeah.
You can't ever do anything once in a series to any tiny degree, because fucking idiot shills will just take that as, okay, the floodgates are open now, we can do whatever the fuck we want forever.
Oh, and speaking of comedy, real quick, guys, you guys know what Tony Gilroy, you know, the guy who made the best Star Wars thing since Empire Strikes Back. You want to know what he's advocating for, or what he wants to see Star Wars do later?
What?
More rape?
No. He wants to make a Star Wars sitcom. Yes, really.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think that could work. I mean, a friend of mine once pitched a whole sitcom starring stormtroopers on the Death Star. Like, with the problem...
That's basically just like Troopers.
Oh, yeah.
Basically Troopers. But it's like a Star Wars sitcom could work in the context of being non-canon, like Star Wars Detours.
Yeah.
But it's like it cannot. But the problem is Disney doesn't really have a separation of, canon.
Nope.
I mean, I think even official Disney Star Wars stuff has referenced Lego Star Wars a couple of times.
Yep.
Because I think they referenced the Freemakers at some point.
Right.
So it's like
it's just what the fuck.
You can't take that franchise seriously anymore because there's no distinguishation here.
Well, Skeleton Crew proved that we can't take Disney Star Wars seriously anymore anyway, but anyway, let's keep going, folks.
It's a shame because considering Star Wars Skeleton Crew tried to be adult at times, I mean, hell, the main pirate, I forget his fucking name, literally said Griff, which is essentially bug in the Star Wars universe, but it's a fucking kid show. Like, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
Rodrigo, a real person in history who, as far as we know, never got into a fist fight in his life. Right. I wonder, Shohei,
but he could have.
Do you have a video on Assassin's Creed 2 or any other Assassin's Creed games? No, you don't. You only have videos about
it's not fucking Italian.
15 videos, in fact.
I don't know what to tell you, dude.
You don't like that isn't even out yet, and probably more by the time this video
comes out. Maybe he was just covering the drama as the game was constantly, taking shot after shot as it was running to get out.
Yeah.
So, bro, you're referencing a 2009 game. He probably didn't have a YouTube channel then. Like, he's being topical, and he's Japanese, you fucking idiot. Of course he's going to make stuff about the Japanese game. He's not Italian, in case you haven't noticed.
And on top of that, Birdman, you are a YouTuber. You've been doing this for years. You should know how being a YouTuber works.
Apparently
you
not.
Should be jumping onto the algorithm. And Shadows was part of the algorithm because, it was the current trendy thing.
Yeah,
so,
like what? Yeah, like what I'm doing. I'm talking about a video that's a few months old about a game that's not in the news anymore.
Yeah, why do you think I played it when I did? I was like, I'm not going to play this after launch because nobody's going to fucking care about it in 6 months.
Yeah, I was gonna cover this video a lot sooner, but then a lot of other shit came out and this just had to get pushed back. But fuck it anyway.
I mean, yeah, that is the problem because I've got a ton of videos I want to make based on like old media and stuff like that, but I also have to keep up with the current trendy thing.
Anyway,
like it's a mess.
Hey, it's scruffy-looking nerf herder. I just advertised you. Birdman wants that access. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Hey, Scruffy, welcome.
Anyway.
About the biggest point about this topic. We are protesting marketing DEI's historical distortion stemming from their disregard.
Here we go. Let's see how Big Man reacts to this.
And discriminatory
Birdman,
responses to protest from Japan. Instead of diversity, equality, illusion.
As you can see, this person has been consuming grifter content and has sunken into parrot
Of course,
status.
he's calling us all grifters.
I like how I just made fun of him for parroting, and then he's like, he's just parroting other people's points. Like, dude, you just picked one moment out of a 15-year franchise that everybody else always picks.
Yeah.
Like, I love that the second it's like, oh, DEI, they're like, you're a grifter, or you're borrowing from grifter points. It's like...
But DEI is an official term used in certain workplaces. Like, they literally have whole workshops dedicated to DEI.
The people insulting it didn't invent the term. It was the other people who were pushing it that invented the term.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yet they'll still continue to act like it's not a term. They'll keep saying woke, but in quotation marks. It's delusion at its finest.
Right. Anyway.
DEI doesn't even make sense in this context, and he's clearly
What do you
misusing
mean?
the acronym in the same way the acronym is misused by Trump and his insane supporters.
Really?
These people
We got a Trump hater. He's a Trump hater.
You have orange hair, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Said that if you want to include black people in stories, make your own movie or game or whatever. Now that these people have done exactly that, you call it DEI?
Because you flat out race swapped a historical character.
Well, no.
You didn't make...
No, Brandon, they didn't race swap him. They just picked a black man over an Asian man. That's not race swapping.
They picked the one black guy ever tangentially related to anything with samurais and said, you know what, we're gonna make him the best samurai
Oh,
ever.
Yeah.
okay. Now I'm seeing. I thought it was a case of race swap.
No.
No, he
Sorry.
was literally just like paraded around in a fucking cage by Nobunaga as like a fucking circus attraction. The issue with this game is that like they make him into like some noble lord, and then there's another guy who's like written all these books about how he was actually a samurai and everything.
Luckily,
Yeah,
Yeah,
which has been
totally.
completely fucking discredited, and it's still pushed as like the justification for doing this game. When if you wanted to say it was just silly and all fiction, then you could have just said that from the start. But instead, you tried to double down and say it was historically accurate.
It's made by a Canadian development team. There is no forced diversity or whatever silly euphemisms you want to
Really?
use.
Because Canada's
This
a pretty
is-
liberal
Hold on,
country.
hold on. Because the last time Canada is pretty diverse, and they
Yeah.
are
What does
pretty adamant on the whole pushing the brown folks and the black folks, uplifting marginalized voices, as they say.
Right.
Nobody
Their
wants
ideology.
to be a Canadian idiot.
Yeah, I like how he's like normally it's U.S. companies. They're also not Japanese, and they also get accused of this. So
I mean, we flat out have proven that several studios do this, like Disney.
yeah, they literally have a checklist.
To tell. You are telling people how to make their own art simply because it's set in a place where you're from. Is that really the kind of game you
Oh,
want to
there
play?
he is.
I've been to Japan many,
you hate
many
Toriyama? He's
times.
racist.
I have real life friends and family there. Would you call it D?
I've got a Japanese friend. You're doing the thing that you did at the beginning of the video.
We all called it that he was going to go that route.
Yeah.
I love how
God.
didn't he just call this fucking phrase out at the beginning? He was
Yeah.
like, I got a black friend.
Yeah,
Uh,
he did, and now he's
say
using it
that.
himself.
I have been
I
to Japan.
guarantee
Clearly, I
you-
understand.
Oh
the same
god,
as
his
Japanese.
hat he's wearing a Playboy bunny hat. What the hell? Look at his
Oh,
hat, that's
shit.
the Playboy
Why would you
bunny
wear that in
logo.
public?
I
didn't
don't
see
know.
Who wears that in public?
I don't know. This is revealing some startling information about the Birdman. The Birdman, more like the Bunny Man. Am I right, folks?
Wow, what an objectifier of women, and
Bunny,
also what a
the
satchel.
bunny.
Yeah, it's
A
totally.
European satchel.
It's a European. It's a men's handbag. Yeah.
He's walking around
He
like
carries a
Japanese people wear
purse."
masks. Now I understand their culture better than Shohei.
If a game developer wanted to make a
Goes
game,
with their friends and like, hey, it's been a while, and they turn to him and say, "Go, it's okay."
Yeah.
game about me, the Birdman, and tell a story about me in Japan? If not, why are you doing the same to Yasuke, another black person that was
Because
definitely
he had an
in Japan?
entirely different story.
Yeah.
Bro, Birdman, if they made a game where you were a samurai and like were some amazingly important figure that was better than the Japanese at one of their most important, like that would be like if they made a game about you making the best anime ever whenever you take a trip to Japan. Like that would be a little fucking insulting too.
Yeah.
So in this video, I'm gonna talk about their biggest attempt to distort history of Japan. That is the legendary samurai they claim, Yasuke. But reality is, look this. These are all documents we can find about Yasuke.
These are not all the documents we can find about Yasuke. Perhaps that's all you can find in Japanese, but Luis Freud,
Perhaps that's all he
Portuguese
can find
missionary,
on the
also
stamped screen.
Yeah.
wrote about Yasuke in Historia de Japão in Portuguese. Yasuke was also mentioned in letters from Lawrence Shumeshia in the 1582 annual report of the Jesuit mission in Japan, which was published in Cartas in 1598. So while we are in agreement that Yasuke definitely existed in Japan during the Sengoku period, you seem to be ignorant of all the available evidence we have of Yasuke's life. Further, there is a Japanese children's book published in 1968 called Kurosuke. This book clearly depicts Yasuke as a warrior with a sword working for Nobunaga.
Oh, hey,
It is
look, another
literally-
gollywog.
Wait a minute, they don't have this outfit in the game. This game sucks. They should have had this outfit. I would have
Yeah. Hold on, guys. I'll be right
It looks like
there.
a freaking clown. He looks
He's
like
also-
a
I'll be
clown.
right back,
Yeah.
guys. Keep the video paused.
Yeah. he's
Also,
got-
are you seriously going to use a children's book as an argument for this? For this? God.
from 1968 too? He just said. So it's like well after. It's pretty much like if somebody used this game in 30 years or something, or 40 years, whatever, as some sort of historical reference to prove that they can make another story about Yasuke. It's like, okay,
I
you can't just keep
returned.
making fake shit and referencing yourself to as the proof.
I've returned with the lemon herb chicken with roasted carrots. Anyway.
Should have done asparagus, but that's fine.
Yeah. Moving
From
on.
where?
Zaxby's. You know they're selling lemon pepper chicken now, right?
No, I didn't know that. But yeah, it's you can't reference yourself. You can't write an article and then make a game and reference the article as the reason why it's true.
Right.
This book was written by the Japanese novelist Yoshio Kurusu 33 years before the existence of Wikipedia. You heard me right. A Japanese man was the first person to depict Yasuke as a warrior with a katana in literature,
In a children's
thereby
book.
debunking this weird DEI claim. But all of this is besides the point. Even if you want to believe that Nobunaga would give this man a sword, have him protect him as a bodyguard, and give him the status of Bushi, but that he wasn't explicitly a samurai.
What? No, he didn't do any of that. But okay.
This is a game. It doesn't have to be historically
You
accurate.
can do whatever
Kind
you
of
want.
has
and
to be if
figures in
you
the story
advertise
are
it that way.
Yeah. They are at least somewhat historical. Yes, they have fantasy elements in them, but they usually try to follow the real world events somewhat. If they didn't have
Also-
like the George Washington becoming king was not like it was a dream sequence. It wasn't like presented as the actual story that took place in America.
Also, I would like to make a correction. I am a dumbass. This is not a piece of chicken. This is a pork chop. Anyway.
No.
No. How could I get my dinner wrong?
Nobunaga
I'm
is
sorry.
there.
I'm imagining an Assassin's Creed game right now where the protagonist has to go up against a superpowered King of America, George W. Bush.
Now watch this drive. He just hits golf balls at you.
The golf
Also,
balls are like
I
the
knew-
apples of. Oh wait, no. His golf club is like it's like an apple of Eden. Yeah.
He's got Dick
I
Cheney.
figured that Birdman was obviously going to end up referring to, oh, it's just a game, shut your brain off type argument.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
Nothing
what
matters.
that's their
We're not going that route. I
because
will
that
say.
is like their end all be all. It's like it's entertainment. It's not that deep.
But it's
Don't ask
so
questions.
important.
Don't ask questions.
Guys.
Just
But
consume
hold on,
product
hold
and get
on. These are
excited for
also the
next
same
product.
type. These are the same type of people that also make the argument that's stupid. Everything's political. Your movies, your music, your video games. Why are you so worked up over it, man?
Yep. And they'll also be hypocritical in the way that, like, okay, well then I'll remove him. And they'll be like, oh, how could you remove him? That character was so important to so many people, and that they saw someone who looked like them. Like, they make that retarded fucking argument all the time. It's like, well, is it important or is it not? You gotta pick a fucking lane.
It's the Sengoku period, and Yasuke, a figure we both agree was a real person, is present. The events of the game are what makes the historical fiction fiction. Him
Oh, I
being
gotta
designated
define
as the
fiction.
legendary samurai
Except for the
is
fact that
perfectly
he wasn't an actual samurai during this time period.
Right.
accurate, because even if you think he wasn't a samurai, the word legendary already accounts for that.
Oh,
Is
legends.
not necessarily true or false. A legend is generally a story that is passed down and is sometimes
Is
not
he
verified.
even a legend?
Kind
No, he's like they reference him sometimes. Like I think he was in Neo as like a boss or something, but it's like it's never presented as this because this game is not presented as like super crazy fiction. All that it's
He's
like
a-
probably Go ahead.
Yasuke is just a walking trivia fact. That's basically it.
It's like all presented very seriously in the story, and like it's not ever presented as silly or like, oh, that's not how it happened. It's always presented as, just like Ubisoft in real life kept being very serious and saying it was historically accurate.
This sounds like Yasuke, huh?
And here is Assassin's Creed The Shadows. And the reason why they decided to use Yasuke as main character is that, according to their interview, we are first looking for someone who could be our samurai. In other words, someone who could become our eyes despite not being Japanese. He thinks
So
Japanese
you were looking for
samurai is not
someone who was deliberately not Japanese to be a samurai.
Right.
A position highly regarded and honored by Japanese. You were just looking to check a damn box.
Well, it's funny because I don't remember this being any sort of motivation in like the one set in Egypt. In Origins, they weren't like, we can't have an Egyptian protagonist. We gotta find somebody who visited Japan during that time period or was taken there. It's like never been a thing before, but for some reason with the Japanese one, they're like, oh, we can't have just a Japanese guy. Ghost of Tsushima already did that.
We can't have a white Spider-Man. We need a black one.
Yeah.
samurai.
What Shohei is showing on the screen requires a lot of explaining, so I'm going to do my best to condense this all down.
Your best.
First of all, the words on the screen come from Famitsu,
Condense,
a
more like
Japanese
dumb
magazine
down.
for video games. They are interviewing the developers for Shadows, who, I remind you, are Canadian. In other words, they are not speaking Japanese in this interview, and Famitsu has to translate what they are saying.
Really quick. Just... So what else have these guys made? Let's see if they've ever made anything that's not Canadian before. The Battle of... Oh, wow. I guess they couldn't find anybody that experienced that.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're not turtles, so that one doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So they're not British, and yet they made a British game with British characters. Very interesting.
Oh, hey,
Freedom Cry.
Look at that.
Very odd. They I don't think that they're... He just said they're not black, so that's odd. Let's see. They're not South Park.
Also,
that's in
hold on,
Colorado, so that's not Canada.
They're
Odyssey.
definitely
They're
not
not
Greek.
Go up, you said?
Yeah, to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Jack the Ripper.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're not British, nor are they also serial killers.
Hopefully not.
So,
yeah.
I never played that deal. So yeah, none of this shit's Canadian, and yet this is the only one where they needed a character. By the way, a black guy who's Portuguese. That's not exactly their experience either. They just need any outsider will do, I guess. But anyways, just wanted to look that up.
Let
real
me
quick,
catch up on chat here. Scruffy looking nerfer says Lamau, but apparently Ghost of Tsushima is an issue for these people. Apparently, yeah. Double AA, he wants Ubisoft access. Wenchins. Anyway.
A minor controversy erupted because Famitsu cleaned up their translation after publication, so anti-woke people assumed they were trying to hide something nefarious, being the conspiracy theorists they are.
The conspiracy
I tracked down the archived Japanese version of this interview.
Better get out
and
my
the issue
tinfoil
comes
hat.
down to a translation error. Shohei's Twitter version of this translation is not only wrong, it doesn't even make sense. The important part of this is here, and the correct translation of this is as follows. As for Yasuke, I was initially looking for a character who could become a samurai from our perspective. Someone who wasn't Japanese.
Still not your
someone
perspective.
who could see things through our eyes.
The world isn't divided into Japanese and not Japanese.
Yeah.
Like,
Japanese are just
From the
part
beginning.
of a larger whole.
yeah,
I believe that a story related to the arrival of the Portuguese would be an excellent way to convey Japan's crisis. The team liked the character of Yasuke, and we felt that using him could help uncover Japan. Obviously,
Bro, it's not
Again,
a secret.
why make him a freaking samurai when that's a position highly regarded by the Japanese, and most Japanese are samurai?
And I haven't mentioned this yet, but like picking any sort of historical character that's never been like the main protagonist. Like Ezio was not a real dude in Italy in that time period. Normally they keep the historical figures tangential to the story so that they can just kind of touch on them a little bit, incorporate them more organically. As far as I know, it's like the first time that it's been an actual historical figure of any sort as the main protagonist.
Yeah, John. Yeah. They have been briefly playable at bits. Like the Jack the Ripper DLC. Jack the Ripper was playable briefly in that. And I'm pretty sure, I think it's Leonidas or Spartacus, one of the two. They were playable in the opening of Odyssey, and it was like a minute. But yeah, and that's another thing that I think really could have worked, because again, Yasuke Yasuke is like a really good pick to have as like a dude, because like again, we know very little of his life IRL aside from the fact that, you know, like he was Nobunaga's pet basically. So there's plenty of room to fill in the details there, you know, aside from the stuff that we do know about him. But again, they went the arrogant route and they said this is definitely how he was. So yeah.
Yep. Is that they thought it would be interesting to explore this period through a foreigner's eyes, and that the player could be introduced to Japan the way Yasuke was. This clearly makes sense and is an extremely old...
Japan is not a secret. Like, what is he talking about? They're talking about like it's Harry Potter or something.
I think he means the Templar plot, maybe. I don't know.
I guess.
Very trope where we follow a protagonist that is a fish out of water.
I just
oh my gosh!
Talking about Harry
Potter. You just mentioned Harry Potter.
Because this is a common trope. Like, if it's a completely unknown world, yeah, you want to have a character who's ignorant of everything. That's a good way to get the audience in at the same wavelength as the character. Because it's like, oh, we're getting introduced to all this stuff at the same time that they are. That would make sense if Japan was some mythical, made-up place that we had never heard of before.
Yeah, we got scruffy-looking nerf herder saying, I don't consider anything past Syndicate canon. It just doesn't fit in my opinion, yeah. Anyway.
By the way, guys, Harry Potter is clearly a gay allegory. Look, when he's holding the wood, he's very much in wonder. This is a clear J.K.
Now you're using your noggin. That's right.
Yeah, he was a girl in this, and this is clearly a trans allegory. He wants to put this on himself.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know that his wood, the wood of his wand is made of holly wood? No, there's something to that.
Connections, bro.
The eyes of an outsider. Shohei thinks this is them saying Japanese samurai are not samurai.
He thinks Japanese samurai is not samurai. It's not your samurai.
And you guys wonder why Famitsu had to clean up the article so that it was easier to understand.
As I mentioned in previous video, when we protest about it, and then their response is basically, shut up, you are racist.
Shohei, unfortunately, like Yasuke, you are an outsider caught up in a larger conflict. Ubisoft is not calling Japanese people who may have issues with watermelons and sakura being depicted in the same season racists. They are calling these people racists.
Johnny Somali.
Black guys running around. Okay, hang on. A black guy running around the streets slaughtering Asians looks more like Assassin's Creed San Francisco than Japan. Remember, Stop Asian Hate mysteriously went away when video footage came out showing who was attacking Asians. It wasn't white people.
Now, is he going to counter that at all, I wonder? Because I hear this joke a lot, and it's very accurate. Let's see.
The people that are now using you as a shield to deflect from their obvious racism.
No one's using you as a No one's using him as a shield. No one ever uses anyone as a shield except you idiots. Like Disney using Moses Ingram as a shield against Kenobi criticism.
This is totally true, by the way. Let's be real. Ubisoft saw black skin and decided it's the most powerful joke. Dude, I posted a clip of it.
Chocolate packers at Ubisoft saw a black man in a wiki entry and they thought, oh yeah, BBC. Always wanted to make a gay interracial porn set in Japan.
He's bisexual. He fucks everything in this game.
Yeah.
Nobunaga's like sister, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember that romance now, but yeah, I love how they make fun of how obviously fucking racist Ubisoft is and how the Stop Asian Hate thing ended, and I wonder if he'll even try to counter that in the next 3 minutes or so.
Comment section. It is filled with the people Ubisoft are actually talking about. So while you may be referring to
This kind of blackwashing of our history for many years. It's a very radical left-wing ideology. It's good to see Japan stands with Republicans against
cultural inaccuracies and whether or not Yasuke was a samurai.
Yep.
These people have a problem with one of the protagonists being black, and you are providing them cover.
No, we have a problem with a black man being a samurai when he wasn't a samurai.
They also play into all the stereotypes. Like, that's what I think is funny that he's not, like, calling out at all, is that, like, Ubisoft literally shoves every fucking stereotype. They give him the fucking haircut. They give him that like a contemporary black person would have. Right. And they start playing rap music whenever you fight with him. And also they make him like the stereotypical, like what a racist would call a black guy. They like make him this big brutish dude. He like stabs dudes and throws them across the room because he's like way taller and stronger than any of the other samurai. Like,
we was samurais and shit.
To stay out of this conversation about racism because you're either extremely ignorant of the blatantly racist rhetoric coming from these people, or you're willfully ignoring it, which makes your position
I found a comment.
The literal top comment on your video is this fucking
300 people agree.
In Japan's history, it's been happening in the UK for a long time. Queen Anne Boleyn was played by a black woman. Very true. The BBC have a new show with black Anglo-Saxons. Yep. If anyone complains, they are immediately branded a racist. The same playbook is now being used against Japanese people who disagree with race swapping. I should have said the same playbook is now being used against Japanese people about historical accuracy.
I mean,
idiot talking about.
To bring up an example, my mom loves Pride and Prejudice, and there was a point where they relaunched it as a show, but it was with black people. It was like, it wasn't an adaptation like that one Romeo and Juliet movie that was done with like In the Hood.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, no, these are black people in the time period, even though it makes absolutely no sense.
West Side Story, yeah.
I'm just thinking of the Ironheart clip. What's up, black people? Whenever the guy walks into it. Yes, it is an actual line that was an Ironheart. It wasn't any grifter making it up, Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw Heels versus Babyface bring it up when he was reviewing it. I still got to get back and finish his review.
Oh god, it was funny.
Race swapping, which has nothing to do with this topic because Yasuke was a real person and he is not being race swapped. You are courting people that dislike black people.
Oh, you can't control who comments on your video.
No, it's not that we don't like black people. It's the fact that we don't like it when they select a black person and put him in a role that he was never in the first place, and is used for the sake of box checking. I mean, it's like, wouldn't it be that we're actually fighting against racism or stuff like that when we're fighting against forced diversity and, you know, doing this all just for the sake of pandering to these people?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'd also like to point out that I wear these types of gloves, but they are copper fit. They're for tendonitis. She just wears them because she's a dumbass with a bad costume designer.
Oh my god, John, apparently I saw someone call that cringe on you.
I mean, whatever. They're functional, not fashionable.
So it's also because, you know, modern costume designers really hate fingers. So you always have these costumes that have fingerless gloves. Because it drove me nuts that Tom Holland's homemade Spider-Man suit, like his whole thing is he's supposed to have a secret identity, yet he has freaking fingerless gloves.
Right.
And that's a trend they use with all of his homemade suits that Disney's given him.
Oh, that's retarded. Fingerprints. What about fingerprints?
Very, very easy to leave fingerprints over the place.
Right.
Original character, a historical figure, or someone taking up the mantle of an established character.
Oh, bloody hell! You had to bring these two examples up.
The mantle takers just always happen to be a race swap. That's so weird. Or a sex swap.
You have to bring up two of the characters I absolutely freaking despise.
Has there been like a modern one? I know like Wally West replaced Barry Allen way back in the day or something. But has there been like a modern replacement that's just like a white dude or whatever?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, like since like probably 2010 or something, or 2005 even.
I think like one of the last ones I can remember was when Dick Grayson took over for Batman in the post-Crisis continuity when Bruce Wayne was believed to be dead. I think that's like one of the last examples I could think of.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, like, I
before
believe
the
it.
New 52.
Yeah, it happened like fairly often back in the day because they weren't thinking about, you know, shoving random new checked boxes in. But now they're just like, we always have to replace them to check a new box and to appeal to a new demographic because that's how fucking retarded these company heads are. They think like, if we put black person in, more black people will buy because they're stupid.
If the character is black and in a prominent role, these people will find something to whine about.
This is really the great
Like,
example.
nobody complained about T'Challa or Black Panther.
Right.
Blade. I always give that example. All us white kids in Western PA love Blade.
Or Mace Windu, Orlando Calrissian, characters who had prominent roles in the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson's filmography is pretty much a repudiation of this, and Will Smith's in the 90s, where like people did not give a shit that they were black.
Exactly. You can have black people in prominent roles. It's a case of why are they there? Is it because, you know, they're picked for their talent, or because they fit the role, or is it because you wanted to check a box? Nowadays, it's pretty much always checking a box.
The
I will say this, I don't mind Miles Morales, and I don't mind Sam Wilson either, but I would prefer Sam Wilson as Falcon, and just leave the Captain America mantle to Steve Rogers. Like, when he retired, he should have retired the mantle with him.
And I think it would have been more interesting to have Miles.
Lucky.
Yeah, I could see Miles being a sidekick. It'd be Kid Arachnid or something, and be a mentee under Spider-Man.
Spider-Man doesn't have a sidekick and shouldn't have one. Stanley hated sidekicks.
I didn't know that.
Spider-Boy.
No, the idea was okay. I'm gonna go on a quick thing.
No,
real quick.
no, Brandon, I'm shutting you down. I don't want to go on a fucking tangent. We're already going on tangents. Let's keep going.
I'm sorry. Okay.
minority culture. Destroying. This should be stopped. Really, this should be stopped.
The only thing that should be stopped is you using buzzwords for concepts you don't understand. Again,
You literally use buzzwords yourself.
diversity, equity, and inclusion.
You use grifter.
Yeah.
To tell a story about a black man in Japan is not diversity, equity, and inclusion, because that suggests they had literally anything else in mind but chose a black person for no reason. They did. They clearly stated they wanted to create a story.
Yeah, they made that up
with Yasuke
afterwards.
from the beginning. Remember, they wanted to discover
They wanted to
Japan
put a
through
black
foreigners.
man in samurai armor.
Right.
Birdman. There have been thousands and thousands of maybe millions, no, just thousands of fucking samurai in history. It's awfully coincidental that they chose the one black one. Like, I'm just saying, it's a little bit of a coincidence. Maybe you can admit that maybe the DEI was a factor in there.
Eyes, language like yours diminishes art and suggests there is no room for a story like this. There clearly is, as demonstrated by your own.
Oh, there's the pre-orders with no competition.
You are also arguing multiple different topics at once because DEI is a racist dog whistle that has come to mean no black people allowed. From your own pinned comment, you suggest.
So next time
You had to go.
God
you
help
went
this
that
guy's
route,
soul, man.
Birdman. You just shot your entire argument in the foot.
Yeah.
This video has no legs to stand on anymore.
Right.
Okay with a black samurai, which means calling this DEI doesn't make sense, and you are only.
He's explained more than that.
If your argument is that there are historical inaccuracies with the depiction of Yasuke, then you are arguing a fictional game is fictional. Yeah, we know. Play any Assassin's Creed.
It's fictional, so we can do whatever we want.
Kind of thing every single time.
You're right, Birdman. It's fictional. So for the next Assassin's Creed game, I'm going to set it in, let's see, Germany during the 30 Years War, and the main character will be an octopus person, because it's fictional, so you can't argue with it. He's just an octopus person. Yeah,
It's gonna be a person that looks like Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Exactly. And you know that guy fought the Pope the one time. The guy fought the Pope the one time, so you can't argue against it, Birdman. Haha, gotcha.
Let's see here. We got Mike Cassius. Making hood versions of Shakespeare isn't new. I remember this modern day hood version of Othello I had to watch in school. Oh, okay. Double A. Hey, relax, guy. Mike Cassius.
That actually reminds me. There is actually some kind of a... I wouldn't call it a hood version, but they definitely made Juliet black. It was like this Romeo and Juliet play, except it was written. The ending is changed on what if Juliet didn't die, and the whole play is literally just Shakespeare's wife rewriting the ending to give Juliet a more happy ending.
The fuck?
And for some reason, Juliet's best friend was non-binary, and the whole time I was thinking, what the fuck were you during the play?
Anyways,
hang on.
Is that all the comments?
Let's see, Mike Cassius. They only made a black protagonist for this game because of the Summer of Love. Double
That's
A.
true. It started development around 2020.
He shoot his own knees and made the argument worthless. Yes, he did. Double A. Anyway.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I feel this is definitely Kamiya.
Okay. So because he liked Ghost of Tsushima, all of his arguments are bad. He can't have any problems with Assassin's Creed Shadows because it also had historical inaccuracies. Again, I feel like you're not understanding the concept of like degrees or levels to things. Like, the Octopus Man example just works in a lot of instances against your arguments.
Right.
We just chopped the balls off this video.
I just want to see if he has anything like after credits. Nah.
No, he doesn't.
All right, John, I'm sending you the sequel.
I hope people like this just stay away from it.
There you go.
All right, let's go to the sequel. All right, we saw the original. Let's jump to the sequel.
Jump to it.
What the hell am I looking at right now?
This is a YouTube poop on Zelda, so don't pay attention to that. I haven't clicked on Backseater's link yet.
Right.
There we go.
On the
Zelda CDI games. I'm gonna go ahead and leave Birdman a dislike here.
No.
Yes!
Not the CDI games. Not the
50
CDI games.
minutes.
Not the CDI games.
Hey, they make for great YouTube poops, I have to say. We found one last week that I had made a 13-year-old comment on.
Yeah.
I was like,
okay. He's calling him naive now. Okay,
Naive
I
now,
see.
yes.
Naive.
Hey, real quick, while we're in between videos, I just need to get ice for my cup real quick and then refill it. I'll be like 30 seconds.
John needs to get the immigration customs.
Yeah, I gotta call him on my relatives. Pretty sure they're illegal.
Call him on Birdman. Get him out of here, John.
How many times do you think he's gonna say grifter, or how many times is he gonna say use the race card?
I don't know. Hang on. Actually, that gives me a good idea. I'm gonna be back, folks. I'm gonna go get another beverage for a drinking game. Hang on.
All right.
I don't think I can.
It's just me, Evan, and the chat that I cannot for the life of me see.
What up?
No, I'm gonna dip out for now. You guys have a good rest of the night, but now I'm a little tired.
Right.
I can hardly understand what you're saying.
He's saying he's leaving. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. It was good having you here.
Likewise. Till next time.
See ya. It's now the Fantastic Four Backseater Boys.
Hey.
Alright, guys, I'm back. I've come back with the fucking drinking game drink.
We went from 5 to 4. We are now the Fantastic Four Backseat Boys.
Oh no, Herb dropped out. Shit. Oh, let me get rid of his icon. Alright, there we go.
At least he said goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. All right. So.
Hey, John. We Herb had to go, so we're now to the Fantastic Backseat 4.
Oh no.
John, we're doing a drinking game. We're gonna take a drink every time he says grifter.
All right, I'll throw my
plays
drink
the race
on
card,
right
or plays the race card.
Which I probably shouldn't be drinking because I went through my whole cooler today at work by like noon.
No.
Because it was hot as fucking PA and I had to keep hydrating. And Why did so much that it looked like I
yourself.
pissed my pants because my entire crotch was fucking slick with sweat. And it was showing through the pants.
I did not need that imagery in my head.
Well, there you go, Brandon.
Yeah, here, I can send you a picture on Discord.
I think we're good.
I'm not gay. I swear to God, I am not gay. I am as straight as
Picture
an
of
arrow.
pants,
I have
bro.
a thing for blonde women.
Oh,
Speak for
this
yourself,
is good. I'm more into black-haired women, so we won't have
I'm
to
into
conflict over
Who
anybody.
doesn't love a good redhead, am I right? Anyway.
No, I'm redheaded. Now this is awkward.
Fuck! Alright.
Me personally, I've always had a soft spot for the Latinas.
Oh,
That's not a hair color.
Evan wants a little ethnic spice, I see. Okay.
I feel
Alright.
like
Anyway,
no joke.
Anyway, enough.
I wrote a whole list.
Enough jokes about our
Alright,
jokes
let's
about
get
our
on the
preferred
video.
broads. Let's get on with it.
Definition.
Holy crap! This is 50 minutes.
What's important
Fuck!
is the second definition, to be deficient.
1 second.
Yeah, put it up. Yeah, speed it up, John.
1 minute
Maybe
quarter.
it'll
We'll
make
see
his
how that
voice sound a
sounds.
little
We
more
talk
exciting.
slower. Yeah, we'll make him high pitched.
And informed judgment. In other words, to be unaware of what one is getting themselves into. About a week ago, this was me regarding this man, Shohei Kondo. A few days ago, I released a video on this person after having been clued into their existence by one of my audience members. I thought I'd take a look at the kind of content this person...
To be fair, you always find people disliking something, even if it is universally praised. How would that? That's a contradictory statement.
Yeah.
If it's universally praised, nobody will dislike it.
And some people just want to be contrarians.
Right.
Japanese don't like this gay. Instead, white dudes LARPing on Twitter as Japanese with the help of Google Translate. Yeah.
produced and quickly concluded that his rhetoric needed to be addressed. You see, I assumed Shohei was one of those people grifters use in their...
Can't have this out there, it needs to be
harvesting
addressed.
outrage. A fall guy where refutations of racist rhetoric would meet a brick wall. A shield against criticism. So I structured my video with this framework in mind. Shohei was not a grifter, just...
First comment.
1420. Something I do find rather funny about him thanking people for the support is that the first comment that popped up is from Yellow Flash Productions, a known notorious grifter in the YouTube scene about movies and other media.
I was going to mention it, but my assumption was that this man is simply naive about the part he's playing in the culture war and how the insane people in his comment section are using him. Now that I know it's not the case and that he's in on the sham, I really regret not mentioning it.
I mean,
someone useful.
Shame on you then.
Yeah,
I mean, he was just thanking a guy for supporting him. That's it.
Right.
You don't want support from grifters.
I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot here since he called Yellow Flash a grifter in that comment. So there's one.
To take
How
advantage
wasted
of.
he's gonna
You
be.
know, exactly.
Wait, you can't take a shot every time. At least drink a mixed drink or something.
It's Minute Maid. It's the nectar of the gods. I can't get
Then you'll
drunk.
die of sugar.
Minute Maid.
Yeah.
What are you,
Gina
elementary
Carano is-
schooler?
To the critical drinker. I never said Shohei was a racist. In fact, I very specifically stated that Ubisoft wasn't calling people like him racist. Here's me saying exactly.
No, but you were calling people, I bet, like us, racist.
Right.
Yeah, and you were just heavily implying that all of his arguments were racist.
Right.
You're not racist. Everything you say is.
Into my video.
When we protest about it, and then their response is basically, shut up, you are racist.
Shohei, unfortunately, like Yasuke, you are an outsider caught up in a larger conflict. Ubisoft is not calling Japanese people who may have issues with watermelons and sakura being depicted in the same season racists. They are calling these people racists. The people that are now using you as a shield to deflect from their obvious racism. As you can see, the entirety of my video, I am giving Shohei the benefit of the doubt. Where
By the way,
See
who
how
are you
great
to
my video
say-
is?
Like, who are you? Who are you to say that Ubisoft was calling those people in particular racist?
Right.
No.
You just
I think
assumed.
he's mostly just
Yep.
misguided and misusing terms like DEI. I didn't know him well enough to make definitive claims about him, so I stuck to what we all could see, and I simply refuted a few of his arguments. So you can imagine my surprise when he,
You did?
in less than a few hours of my video's
Doubt it.
release, had a response up to my video claiming I was slandering him, whining to YouTube
Yeah, you were.
video taken down as
Yeah.
his had been, and generally misrepresenting basically everything about what I said in my video. He even claims that someone responding to him is bullying, when actually that's the type of behavior he is engaging in.
Dude.
I mean, to be fair, you were kind of trying to slander him, dude.
So, and also, if YouTube really did delete his video many times, but your video responding to him where you basically watch the whole thing is not taken down, that is really hypocritical. And I would say, yes, he's correct to call out YouTube for that. This is like when
I mean,
some guy got responded for playing a clip of Hassan Piker where he was doing something against the terms of service, and yet they hadn't banned Hassan for actually making the video that was being referenced.
Yeah.
You'll see in a
classic
moment.
dumb
I can't say I expected a response from this guy, but what was even more illuminating was how he was framing the video I'd made. This, of course, led to his newly gained followers rushing over to my video, making claims about it that weren't even in my video, just as hastily as Shohei did. So, I am naive no more. Shohei Kondo is a grifter, and in this video, we're going to prove
He said it.
there we go. There's another shot.
Shohei released a response to my video almost immediately after it was uploaded, and he attempted to play victim instantaneously. He tweeted about my video 4 separate times, twice before and twice after he uploaded, in English and Japanese.
Okay.
In this tweet, he claims he was attacked by me, and not only was I lying about him,
So he
but that I was
wants to reach
slandering
out to
him.
his Japanese audience.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're like
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, whenever you have a very diverse audience between two different languages, I feel like making 2 different tweets isn't really that incriminating.
Screen is the definition of slander. As you can see, slander is when one brings false charges against someone in order to defame them. Any honest person that watched my video will see that I not only wasn't defaming.
If you disagree with anything in my video, you're dishonest. My arguments are perfect and cannot be disagreed with.
Even think he was a grifter in the first place, but nothing I said in the video was false. I mean, that's
nothing
kind of
I said was false.
No, it
and
was.
responded to the things he said. So this charge of slander literally doesn't even make sense. What's actually happening here is Shohei thinks no one should be able to criticize him or the things he says.
Really?
Which is incredible, given he's literally done.
This was never in the Hidden Ones video. This is actual slander. Ooh. This is a lie.
Done exactly what he's whining about. In other words, this guy is a hypocrite. But let's get to the video he made on me. And I'll show you
pointed that out how
much of
you
a
were,
liar
so-
and a cheat this man really is.
おはようございます. So, I'm kinda under bully attack. Really.
Almost immediately, you can see the issue here. This man just said he's under a bully attack.
Why you bullying
I made a video criticizing some of his ideas, and he frames this as a bully attack. The goal here
You called him a racist and a grifter.
Yeah.
Screw you
Guardians-
for having a symbiote Spider-Man profile picture. The Birdman,
Yeah,
you don't deserve anything
this
that
dude,
cool.
this dude has everything as a profile picture except an actual bird. Yeah.
Or a man.
Yeah.
And also, he's
Bird
Th3 Birdman. I'm not sure what that means. He's doing the retarded Hollywood thing of replacing the E with a 3.
garner sympathy, to make it seem as if he's a victim in some kind of scheme by me or people like me. I didn't even know he existed a week and a half ago, and usually I try to reserve judgment on the person that I don't know anything
Yet
about.
you made a video.
This is why I structured my video around him simply not knowing the part he's playing in the culture war and saving my vitriol for those I actually know. Seriously, watch my video on Kang Min Lee and you'll see the marked difference in the way I responded to Shohei.
This guy, and he has 200k. Hold on a second. And he has the video exposing the grift. Shohei Kondo versus Ubisoft.
There it is. An hour after the video was uploaded, he's already on camera responding to the video, and you can clearly see he hasn't even fully watched it. On this frame,
Or he rewound it.
Or-
and started
Or
watching it
maybe
again.
it's either he rewound it or YouTube glitched, because I've had that problem where YouTube glitches the video and the watch time doesn't line up. I could have watched an entire video of Bob Ross, yet it would still say I'm halfway through the damn video.
Yeah.
Also, you probably mentioned him.
YouTube movies. Like, I only watch a minute of Fantastic Mr. Fox, but YouTube believe I already watched the whole movie.
Also, for
Yeah.
anyone watching me doing my drinking game, I took a sip of my Minute Maid, but we're still at 2 shots so far, so just ignore that third one I took. Anyway.
You can't hydrate until.
Fuck.
You'll see that he watched a bit of my video on Kang Min Lee, and now we know why he's here framing my video in such a manner. Lee and I have a history. In case it's not clear, we do not like each other, and it's for good reason.
I know who to follow.
If I showed you the worst of them.
Yasuke during a leisurely stroll. Are they going to add fried chicken in the DLC? Oh, because he's circling the watermelons.
It's watermelon,
Very true.
baby. It's watermelon.
Let me just go follow Kongmin Lee here. He seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, give him a
That
follow.
Hogwarts
Tell him
house
the
elf
Backseat
post on
Boys
Twitter.
sent ya.
As far as him responding an hour after your video also, I know for a fact that you get the notification if you're like mentioned in any description, like whenever New York Florida Man has mentioned me, when he's like clipped out some reaction of mine or something, I immediately get it on my phone. So he probably found out immediately if he happened to be home. Yeah, of course he can make a video on that. That's pretty easy.
Right.
SK basically does the same thing. Like the second somebody makes a video about him, he's automatically in the comments crying.
Yeah. You're so obsessed with me.
Probably how Louise really found out about Backseater's video about her.
Who?
Louise Julie.
Oh yeah, that oh yeah.
Julia Louise Dreyfus, yeah. Wait.
So there is an antagonistic tone I think would be in that video because he is an evil piece of shit and I fight fire with fire.
Ooh.
Shohei has
evil now, huh?
I love how you zoom in on your cartoon avatar of something that like isn't even yours as you're trying to make your intense call out statement. It's like you're not very intimidating when you can't even say it to an actual camera.
I know.
He's also just further showcasing just exactly how he feels when he calls somebody who actually seems to be pretty based evil.
Shohei was making fun of a stereotype there, and he's calling him racist. It's like, dude,
oh, the
like,
irony.
Like, he doesn't seem to understand that concept that like people are making fun of racist Ubisoft when there's stupid white people racist, where they're like, oh, hurry, we'll be so accepting, but then we'll also add all the stereotypes and disguise it as homage.
But that could have easily been rectified if he took the time to actually finish watching video before sitting down to record.
He did.
Response. You might think that this isn't important, but it is because he will use this framing for a video he hasn't yet watched to color.
You're really going off that bar a lot.
Already attempted to paint himself a victim without actually watching the video. He will cut out moments where
I know, it's like whenever he was picking apart the first part of the dude's video in the last one, where he's like, you know, making a whole segment about a 2-second joke or visual aid.
Yeah.
Make salient and relevant points, which he probably wouldn't have done had he actually attempted to understand the video I made.
And you know, something really funny is that, oh my god, this is really the problem. Okay, so the comment, this video isn't mean to denigrate or hate Shohei, as I think he's mostly misguised. Okay?
Misguised.
But let's watch his video. That's so annoying. It's getting likes. That doesn't matter. But let's watch. Mic test.
So I get it. I, myself, tried to educate people on Japan and explain some of the do's and don'ts while in the country. So
but what he's gonna say in this video is it's totally wrong. But thank you for being nice in Japan.
You're welcome. But how would you know what I'm going to say about Japan is wrong?
Oh my god, is this whole video going to be assuming that he didn't watch it and rewind?
Probably.
He's still going off the damn bar.
Yep, he's obsessed with the bar. He's like, I got him. It's a smoking gun.
Got
it's
him.
the Epstein files, guys.
Yeah.
Of this
Birdman
issue. You're showing Ki Kwan and Michelle.
Anyway.
Oh, let's see his response to this response to that response.
Yeah, apparently being ignored by people accepting an award from an award show, which I can only assume you believe was done purposefully. Typically, at these award shows,
that's obvious, yeah. So what you wanna do? you wanna explain no Asian hate or no like ignorance towards the Asian?
So I was very clearly correct there. Shohei was showing that footage.
Is this just going to be him watching his own video saying I was correct?
Probably.
It seems like so far he's just like, I rebutted all the arguments. I am right.
Actually believes Emma Stone and Robert Downey Jr. were purposefully ignoring the Asian people in this footage. He just admitted it.
He doesn't
just doubled
believe
down.
anything.
He's watching me refute this in real time. Remember, guys, I am slandering him and lying about the things he says and believes.
Bro, he wasn't calling Emma Stone racist.
Charlize Theron with a mere glance.
She has a trophy. It's different.
Except it's not different, and it's something that happens all the time. There are too many people up there to thank and hug, and there is a limited amount of time they have on the
I can't believe he's still talking about this clip.
Antics. I'm sure the Academy Awards are running an even tighter ship these days. But regardless, my point is that Shohei is cherry picking, and he is admitting to cherry picking here. Once again,
it's a freaking fucking visual aid used that you stretched out probably to pad the runtime of your video.
Right.
He's cherry picking. It's hilarious that he's saying that as he's like still obsessed with this little 2-second thing to introduce a concept.
And this is the man who's exposing the grift, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
And I have not slandered this person, and he is literally proving my point. In the full clip, you see Emma does turn around and acknowledge Charlize and Michelle Yeoh. So to my audience,
So in this part, he's just trying to prove that there's no Asian hate.
No, I'm very clearly showing that way you frame things is dishonest, like how you've tried to frame my
Wasn't
video
a
as
framing.
slanderous attack and bully video when you're quite literally proving everything I said true. I absolutely believe that Asian people receive hate for simply being Asian, but this is not an example of that. And
Did you just say an anti-China thing is racist against Asians? He's clearly talking about the Chinese government, you fucking idiot. You know, the one that does actual racism against like Muslim people and stuff.
Literal fucking
You know, the
crime
one
against
that
humanity.
locks people in concentration camps that Disney thanked.
Like actual ones, not Alligator Alcatraz, like actual concentration camps.
Right.
Was that you think it is. Why would Emma turn around and acknowledge Michelle if this was an example of Asian hate? You literally cut that part out of the footage because once again,
You didn't show all the footage
are
that I
dishonest.
showed because
Just
you're
like you
evil.
call my video slanderous, you cut out the piece of footage that would debunk your claim. This by itself should show everyone that you're not to be taken seriously.
Well, it
It's even
didn't.
better than this.
There's the guy who
Only focused
uses
on
the calling us evil, calling us racist, and calling us grifters. And you're saying that we can't take the other guy seriously.
The usual. Yep.
What?
That's 3
Racism
now.
exists. Racism exists towards the black. Racism exists towards the white. Racism exists to Asian. So I don't.
Oh, we're
get
feeling the
what you said.
racism towards
And I'm
whites
Japanese.
nowadays.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna have a problem with him saying that racism exists towards white people, I think.
Oh.
Let's see what Birdman says
He's
to
gonna
that.
blow up.
And I'm talking about.
It's based on
assassination.
power, not
So,
race.
I need to talk from Asian perspective.
Again, the point isn't that there aren't issues Asians and Asian Americans face. The issue is that you're dishonestly framing non-issues to prove an imaginary point. The example you showed was not an example of Asian hate because the same thing happened to black and white people.
Bro, he didn't make a whole argument off of that. He just showed a clip for 2 seconds while talking about something else. Like,
You would have known that had you not skipped through my.
this is like when like Mahler or like Little Platoon or somebody will show like a character in a movie rolling their eyes whenever they're refuting something stupid someone says. He's like, Star-Lord was not actually responding to what that person said here. You're trying to frame it as that he was responding to what James Gunn said by showing him rolling his eyes while quoting that. It's like, no, bro, no. It's just, it's a little visual. It's fine.
We got,
Explanation.
alright, hang on,
You see what
John.
you
We
think.
got Zod partially retarded saying, lol, Evan said Latinos, not Latinas. Gay? Sorry, Evan, you're gay now.
Latinx. Latinx.
Yeah, Latinx, yeah. I don't know.
Hey, listen, I will say it here. Every Latino I know either hasn't heard of or despises that term.
I know.
Yeah,
They literally treat that term like it's the N-word.
we all know it's retarded. Anyway.
Speaking from the perspective of an Asian person does not mean you get to ignore the injustices of other people. If you want people to take your claim seriously, you have to be consistent across the board.
But he's
You are not, and you admitted you are not. Me being me, I obviously responded to the clear hypocrisy, pointing out that Japanese people appropriate other cultures all the time.
So he's really generalizing me and these people. I'm not these people.
I literally never said you were these people. What I am doing is pointing out a pattern of behavior.
Correlating
Some
them.
Japanese people have a sensitivity regarding people adapting their culture while simultaneously being numb to when their own people do the same thing. We clearly just proved that, where you admit to only focusing on what you perceive as slights towards Michelle Yeoh and Ki Hui Kwan, but ignored when that very same thing happened to non-Asian people.
Yes,
The
yes,
point
you
is
already
that
said
are a
this.
hypocrite and that you're dishonest. I am pointing out hypocrisy here, something you, once again, admit to. Again, I remind the audience.
And you brought up all those examples and then correlated him to them. So you're saying it. You're not saying the words, he is exactly like these people, but you're clearly bringing up those people in an example in your video when referencing him to refute one of his points. So, and you're saying that he's doing the exact same thing. So yeah, you are saying that he's like them.
It's that I'm supposedly slandering this person that is admitting to everything I claim about him. You can't make this up.
Admitting
This
to
is
everything you
kinda
claim.
really bad way to manipulate information, and also something I can promise in my channel, this kind of misleading manipulation won't happen. Yeah, it's
Good.
a very bad technique.
You're better than
After talking
Birdman.
about me and the Japaneseness and slightly switching some generalizing bad aspect of Japan's problem, it's making viewer think I'm part of it, which is not. It's kind of bad, like a manipulating technique.
Perhaps that is the case for the ignorant, ridiculous people that are now a part of your audience, but it isn't true for mine. Rational people can see how I'm
Ooh,
drawing
now you're
a comparison
stereotyping both of your audiences too, in addition to stereotyping him. Good job.
Way to go, asshole.
Or maybe it's because Ubisoft was actually trying to appeal to black people by putting a black person in samurai armor.
Right.
Probably.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
You know, I'll give Ant a little bit of credit here for once. This might be a Backseat Boys first. At least whenever he says something angry, he has like his little animated avatar that gets the angry eyebrows or something.
Yeah.
This dude doesn't even bother to change his Blanca picture whenever he's getting angrier or happier or whatever. Like, at least put some
He
effort
doesn't.
in.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't bother having like an animated avatar or anything like that, or he doesn't have like certain stock, poses or anything like the mysterious Mr. Enter did.
He just like
dude's
zoomed in
pathetic.
slightly whenever he was trying to do the call out, thing. He like zoomed in to think that made it more intense. It's like, I guess because he's already making an angry face.
But
pattern of
it doesn't work because
No,
that's like
it's
his
just
stock
lazy.
face.
It's like, dude, just film yourself at this point, Jesus.
And I know
Behavior. I'm not-
and he's been on. He's like in his vacation photos, like he's shown he's fine being on camera. So why doesn't he just do that here?
Hmm.
I'm more upset over the fact that he calls himself Birdman, but he doesn't commit to the bit.
No, he doesn't commit.
He's like, why does he have like a picture of a hawk or something, or some kind of a eagle symbol, or
Come
calls
on,
his
kid.
fans to knockoff, or come on, dude. Lean into it.
He could at least talk like Jimmy Neutron's teacher.
Yeah.
As I showed. I'm saying you would never complain about those Japanese people in the photos I showed appropriating or disrespecting someone else's culture, but you're here hyper-focused on a video game.
Bro, you made this post in 2019. You really hated Japanese people for a long time.
Damn, bro.
You perceive to be doing the same thing. Once again, we are pointing out how you are a hypocrite. This pattern of behavior I'm talking about here is something you literally demonstrate and admit to. You told us with your own mouth that you only focus on the Asian perspective, but as I showed, the thing you focused on happened to other people in those same moments. This is exactly the same as other Japanese people focusing on Kim Kardashian appropriating Japanese culture, but not caring
Exactly
when
the
Japanese
same,
people
huh?
appropriate other cultures. This is not that difficult to
Well,
understand.
first of all, just because he's not talking about it this moment doesn't mean that he doesn't care. This is what I always hate. It's like, apparently you have to talk about everything all the time in every video, or you don't care about it at
There
all.
we go. Yeah.
It's like, I'm
Yeah,
making
so
a
there's
video on
also a
Assassin's Creed
difference
Shadows.
There's also a difference between cultural appropriation and cultural fascination.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like, he's making a video on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Of course he's not going to bring up some random Kim Kardashian thing from 6 years ago. Like, who cares?
And of course, he skips through this part because it's difficult for him to explain away. I wonder how you can claim a video is slanderous, but you miss
Or
half
maybe
of it
it's
because you're
he doesn't
skipping through
wanna
parts that are
bother.
difficult
Yeah.
for your narrative.
And yes, there's a historical inaccuracy, but what we care is that respect.
By the way, how is
Here.
this situation any different to Resident Evil 5?
Here.
You have a foreigner in a country.
What the fuck?
I said many times, Resident Evil. Some people don't like the Resident Evil 5, the white character and going to Africa and is shooting Africans.
Oh, God.
People don't like it. I get that. I get some people triggered. But if that's why this is okay. But he is making video as if I didn't mention about Resident Evil. This is awful. I clearly say that in many videos. And important, I haven't played Resident Evil 5, and also I hear a group of people who are uncomfortable about Resident Evil 5. I hear you, but it's much worse though. Assassin's Creed Shadow is much worse. There's no zombie, and all enemies are all Japanese, so it's much worse. It's different.
He's doing that thing again where I show evidence of the same thing happening to other cultures, but he's saying the thing happening to Japanese people is worse.
Yeah.
Because, the
No,
thing
'cause he
I've gone
explained
through
No,
that
because
he's
it
skipped
actually
through
is
the-
worse.
Are your ears not working?
I don't think they
By
are
black
now.
people,
I think
they
he's
aren't.
half deaf like me, but like worse.
Resident Evil 5 were treated is actually much, much worse than in Assassin's Creed Shadows. First of all, the idea that because the enemies in Resident Evil 5 are Majini, everything is okay, is ignorant of the events of the game. Also, they're not zombies, they're Majini.
Is ignorant of the events of the game? Of which game? Are you saying that everybody in Assassin's Creed is a zombie?
No,
or are you saying every...
He's ignorant of the events of Assassin's Creed 5 because, like, they're not really zombies. It's a different virus this time in this game. Don't you know, bro?
They're acting perfectly
Look,
natural.
if they're shuffling around, moaning, trying to eat people, they're zombies.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the main thing that would separate them is that they are mindless killing machines. It doesn't really matter if it's a zombie or if it's brain control or if it's an alien, if it's like a starro that's attached to their face or something. None of that really matters. The point is that they are brainless and lost and are never coming back, so that makes it better to shoot them because you're not killing like a normal person.
Nitpick, but Resident Evil is my favorite video game series, and calling these creatures zombies is a huge pet peeve of mine. Anyway, in Resident Evil.
Calling these people zombies is a huge pet peeve of mine. Well, then you're too triggered to even be a Resident Evil fan. You should find a new favorite franchise.
In 5, it's revealed that the founders of Umbrella found a plant in Africa that contained a virus that they then experimented on, the results of which gave them the T-virus. After Umbrella fell, sometime after the events of Resident Evil Code Veronica, a new company, Tricell, took over in Africa and conducted inhumane experiments on the native African villagers. So, the enemies in the game were innocent villagers captured and experimented on by a large corporation, and you play a white guy that takes them out. I'm not seeing the functional difference.
Because they're mindless killing machines.
The white guy takes on. You also kill white villains in that game, by the way. Like, you kill the the Napoleon dude was in 4.
Yeah.
You kill that weird guy who's like, I don't get any respect on the boat, and and then obviously the main villain is a fucking white as can be guy. He's straight out of the Matrix.
Yeah, like he is Homelander dressed as from the Matrix.
That's very true. He is Homelander.
Yeah, he was Homelander.
In both instances.
No. Homelander fucking styled himself up like Wesker, okay? Let's be real here.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Wesker walks so Homelander can fly.
Yes.
Instances, the enemies are different ethnicities to one of the game's 2 protagonists and are attacking the protagonist, so that protagonist has to take them out. It's a one-to-one comparison. Also, quite a few of the people Shohei tricked into thinking I was attacking him attempted to call me out on this point, suggesting that I cut off Shohei saying
He
the same
tricked
thing.
them.
This section of
my videos are excellent, soundless arguments, but his videos are tricking people.
The video was specifically about grifters and people that follow grifters, not Shohei. I was making a meta point about how grifters and racists are complaining about Assassin's Creed Shadows, but have nothing to say about Resident Evil 5. I even showed.
So why are you talking about him anyway?
Well, so he's trying to say that it's stupid to call out either, while also saying that they're the same. Whereas Shohei's pointing out that they're not the same, and then he's like, "Oh, but my argument wasn't that it was good." It's like, okay, or my argument wasn't that they were bad. He's like, okay, but your example still doesn't equate, so it's still not addressing why he was calling out your example.
The people I'm talking about when I put heel versus babyface on the screen, a person that's an actual grifter. This video was made at a time where I didn't think Shohei was a grifter.
My God.
The best you could say.
I know Nerdrotic might be a grifter because United Spacers Alliance talked about it, but not heels versus babyface.
At this point in time, who cares who's a grifter at this point? We're all grifters at this point.
This guy's just gonna call anybody who has any sort of disagreement with him a grifter.
Right.
Like, that's
exactly
just what he's gonna do.
All this talk of us being grifters, does that count as shot drinks or no?
No, we can't play into the drinking game.
It's the same as racism, sexism, blah 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 blah. It just loses all meaning.
Oh, I got the 4 pillars. I got the 4 pillars of isms for you. Are you guys ready? Mm-hmm. There is sexism, racism, homophobia, and xenophobia. Those are like the solid 4 I always hear. As well as the occasional transphobia, but that's kind of spotty in itself.
See if he hits them all.
Is that I wasn't as clear as I could have been with who I was talking about, a criticism I'll gladly accept. But in my defense, my audience knew who I was talking about, and we have no way of knowing you people would take it any other way than you people these videos.
Whoa.
This is
So what? Are you and your audience like
some kind of super awesome race or something.
Probably.
His audience is perfectly knowledgeable and knows everybody who he's ever referenced in a group, whereas this guy is clearly ignorant.
So removing that part and criticizing me is really bad. It's, how can I say in English? Hikyo. Hikyo. Super hikyo. And I hate hikyo. Be samurai, man.
Even in Japanese, that doesn't make any sense. You're suggesting I'm lying about your position, which we just showed.
Now you're educating him on Japanese language.
I admittedly could have been clearer, but let's assume I was being honest. Lying about your position is not cowardice. Hikyo in this context means to be unfair or uncharitable to your position.
My God, he really is.
The one you highlighted. You see, like you, I speak Japanese and English, so I would recommend that when you talk about me in Japanese,
I'm going to educate this Japanese man on Japanese because I speak it too. Oh, you fucking idiot.
Even though I'm not even Japanese myself.
He's really doing that actually bit to the actual Japanese guy.
Damn, Birdman, didn't know you were such an imperialist.
He's gonna go to fucking Japan and, you know, he'll be at the garden where, you know, they keep all the gravel like perfectly raked and everything, and somebody will be talking about something about it, and he'll like walk, he'll like two Japanese people will be talking about it. He'll walk up to them and be like, actually, here's the actual history of your country. Excuse me, just saying.
The whole time they just look at him and like, what are you doing here?
He's speaking like broken Japanese. It shows the subtitles and he's talking about like random shit. It's all wrong and broken, and they just stare at him. He's like, I educated those grifters. I got them.
And then they get the Japanese police to haul him off to some sort of jail.
They put him in the same cell as Johnny Somali.
You're like, oh, we found your brother.
Accurate English translations to
You're all racist.
I mean, you would never get cultural things inaccurately while
he's zooming in.
The same thing, right? It's a genre of fiction that gives us an ahistorical story set in a real historical period. That being the case, they don't have to get things exactly right. Almost no game does.
They're saying historical accurate. I shared many videos. I'm not gonna show it. Just, if you've been watching my channel, you know it. I've been showing a lot of evidences, and you can still see it.
And what did Shohei say about Ghost of Tsushima?
Tell me.
Japanese slang?
Not slang, but Japanese game.
Here we go.
Oh, my face is there. Like an old Shohei is behind me. I'll show you. Here. Ni hao. Ni hao. Yeah. Got level game.
That's the only historical inaccuracy in Ghost of Tsushima. The game places emphasis on one-on-one duels.
So this is also another manipulation. In my many videos, I show the evidence of Ubisoft is kept saying historical accuracy. And also I have the interview, like check that, like they're really trying to do it historical accurate. And they're selling that as historical accurate, authentic.
Yep.
It's very different.
Shohei, we know you placed Ubisoft under the microscope. That's not what's being said. I'm saying you didn't do this.
I'm not talking about that.
A game you consider a god-level game. Also, that Ubisoft is saying they want to be accurate to history does not make it cease being historical fiction. What do you even think historical fiction is? I literally placed the definition on the screen, and you ignored it. Try reading next time. Saying you want to be as accurate as possible does not mean you won't take liberties. Naoe is a fictional character. By definition, her inclusion means the story won't be accurate.
Yes, this is a great example, Birdman. Nobody is complaining about Naoe being a fictional character who's included in the game because it doesn't break suspension of disbelief. You're exactly right.
Not to mention, this is something Assassin's Creed did up until this point.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much the same concept they've always done, and that's why nobody had a problem with it.
Accurate to history. You're taking them talking about getting things like armor and weapons accurate to the period and taking that to mean everything they put in the game will be accurate to history. But again, this is a science fiction
that's
series.
That's kind of what Ubisoft implied.
Right.
And as far as them always talking about, I'm glad he showed this message because I was just about to reference it earlier when we were talking about how they were Canadians, they made all these other things. They always emphasize this. We're a multicultural team of various religious faiths and beliefs. So why do they need why do they need all this like specific shit to the country that they're talking about? They don't. They should have someone that's you know, experienced with it or something. If they're so multicultural.
Game, they state clearly that this is a work of fiction. What the hell are you even arguing? Oh, I know that Ghost of Tsushima never claimed to be historically accurate, right? Well, what the hell is this then?
The company's taking great pains to reproduce the game's setting in 13th century Japan as accurately as possible, and the result is like playing through an Akira Kurosawa film.
God.
Attention to detail was of paramount importance to the development of this game. They consulted weapons experts to ensure that the Sakai family sword, which Jin wields, is depicted as accurately as possible. The team even brought in a number of historians and experts on 13th century Japanese culture to ensure that what you see on screen is as close to what happened in the Kamakura period as possible. Now, at this point, you may be asking yourself, so what? What does historical accuracy have to do with me and my desire to slice through all of these invading Mongolians? While historical accuracy isn't a prerequisite in video games by any means, the company's quest for realism is still commendable.
Like one of the things that I actually find to be really challenging is anything around Shinto or Buddhism. It's if you haven't studied it, it can be deep. You know.
Back when Sony cared more.
Who's been studying this their entire life from Cornell.
We also have a Mongolian consultant consulting on the cultures of
like actual consultants.
How they fight, how they speak. There's a
instead of like the fake ass historians that were later disproven that Ubisoft tried to consult.
Yeah,
consultant that we have. He's a master in all sorts of traditional movements in Japan, or martial arts.
So Sucker Punch has clearly done its homework with this game. While Jin and his storyline are works of fiction, the historical accuracy aspect is going to make this game really unique, and is going to help illustrate what is considered one of the darkest periods in Japanese history.
Oops. Looks like Sucker Punch absolutely claimed their game would be historically accurate, and it definitely wasn't, as I pointed out.
So they had consultants.
But you still called it a god-level game.
Yes, definitely coming here.
Look, dude, you're not going to convince him that he doesn't like the game. I'm not sure why you're so obsessed with doing that.
I don't know, man.
You either have to like both or like neither. Grr.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, I'm slandering this guy by, wait for it, pointing out he doesn't.
Maybe he's just a Sony fanboy like me.
A game can be accurate in history, even wildly so, and still be a good game. Right, Shohei?
If you want to talk to me, DM me. Really, I can phone call.
What the hell do I want to talk to you for? Ooh, I'm criticizing you publicly. I have absolutely zero desire to talk to you, as there's nothing to gain from that conversation that I don't already
If you have
know.
zero desire to talk to him, then why are you, commenting to him?
He's
responding to him.
What a little bitch. What a little bitch. He's basically being like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I just want to shout at you from across the internet. I just want to take like pot shots at you. What a fucking coward, man. My God.
I'm just going to try and get the last word in videos rather than in like a DM where we would actually have to like directly address each other. And then like he's such an arrogant ass. He frames everything as I have disproven this. If he addresses the point in any way, he doesn't actually like care if anybody responds to that. Then he's just like, you should try reading next time. I was clearly right. You said nothing.
Oh, my asshole.
and then he's just like, I don't need to talk to you. I have made a video. It is godlike, unimpeachable.
He is so far up his own butthole.
It's like assumes anything he says is right, and anything anybody else says. If they disagree with him at all, it's ignorance. Yeah, it's like,
No awe. I am the one who knocks. I wipe my own hands. Wipe my hands with my own hands.
you can just tell that he's like, he thinks of any disagreement with him, it must stem from either you're a grifter and you don't actually believe that, or you're ignorant of the subject, and like, I'm here to educate you is like the stance that he goes into every conversation with.
The Birdman
It's
is
like,
the ultimate imperialist of YouTube.
Allow me to educate you on Japan, Japanese man.
Yeah.
This game is racist and disrespectful to Japanese culture. No, it's not. Boop. The fuck would we talk about? In any case, if you wanted to talk to me, you could have DM'd me. I'm very publicly available on Twitter and my channel, but you decided to run off with the idea that I'm lying about and bullying you. We're
Even if like Shohei asked, I get the feeling he wouldn't.
halfway through your video and you haven't shown a...
He probably would just, laugh at him or something.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like Double O, he's another YouTuber. He's like, hey Birdman, you wanna talk this out, man? Like I'm willing to listen to you. And he was like, no, get out of here, clown.
single instance of me slandering you yet.
But pretending not knowing
he did
that
actually.
works for Ubisoft.
While watching this video, this part is what made me...
Oh, this is so... In this video, I said many times about Resident Evil 5. So he watched it, but he's making this video as if I didn't mention about Resident Evil 5. That's so Hikyo. Man, spirit. That's Hikyo. Be a samurai, man.
Was that an editing error? We already talked about this. You keep repeating yourself. Because calling someone that disagrees with you is textbook grifter behavior. Don't be that guy. Your arguments are
There's something annoying is that
I like how he's like, we already talked about this, as if the guy's gone into the future and watched his response. It's like whenever Backseater, this guy I watch, he's always like, I just said that whenever he's watching.
I know, right? That guy, I swear that Backseater fella, like, he's got like psychic powers or some shit like that.
It's almost like their arguments are incredibly predictable.
That's kind of a precognition.
Yeah.
Hold it.
That was a retort of some kind. Anyway, you can clearly see I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here, as I have been this entire video. I'm literally saying to not be that guy. I was still under the impression that this man was being used by grifters and the racist morons in his comments. You can clearly see I've...
Allow me to guide you, Japanese man, away from the evil grifter path. Here, let me educate you.
And you want to say that you don't want him to be that guy, right?
For the record, everyone, I stopped the drinking game. I lost count. I'm just really thirsty tonight, so fuck it. Y'all are just gonna have to continue on your own.
To be honest, I stopped drinking after a while because honestly, I'm not even sure he's said the term grifter in a long while.
Times.
Well, I'm not even on camera, but I have been drinking some Toki Suntory whiskey, ironically a Japanese whiskey, while even doing this. I'm pretty sure I've been keeping up with it.
Yeah.
I drank like a whole can of Sprite Chill like at the beginning of the stream.
Whoa, bro, slow down.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking a Boba Barks root beer and a Coke Zero that I mixed cherry grenadine in.
Right.
Okay.
Well, actually, you can't clearly see that, as he's been skipping through this shit. Better served coming from the place that...
God forbid he not watch every second.
Japanese cultural norms, and you, as a Japanese person, are not.
This is like when SK complained about someone skipping through like his intro.
Yeah.
Which was literally just a parody.
Dude, I was tired of... I didn't want to watch a fucking 40-minute Ant video the one time whenever I was responding to him, so I skipped past until it was a more relevant chapter.
Yeah, and one of his followers got ass mad at you.
Like, he gets video responses wrong. I'm like, dude, this was after viewing a whole ass movie. It was like 11:30 at night. I wasn't gonna watch a whole fucking Ant video and respond to it.
Yeah, especially since Ant makes videos that are as long as movies.
Yeah, I wasn't being
He talks
dishonest.
about literally nothing in all of them.
The last one me and you watched, Sean, was literally an hour and a half. That's a movie.
Oh, God. Yeah, it gets fucking exhausting.
That's why
insult.
Probably why that one time I fell asleep during one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am insulting the morons that don't use their brains when you and I are talking. You know, the majority of the people in your incredibly toxic comment section.
These comments are incredibly based.
So stupid.
I want to read his comment again. This video isn't.
Oh, he didn't respond to them. How strange.
Let me check the meaning just in case. Criticize. Disagree. You're doing 100% and hate Shohei.
That says criticize unfairly, Shohei. I think I've shown so far that every criticism I've laid at your feet has been completely fair, and it seems as if you're
no, they haven't.
Against you. I very clearly said you are losing ground with people that use their brains, which means you're losing the rational people.
Only the people who watch me use their brains. Anybody who disagrees with me is stupid.
Like,
holy
shit.
shit.
He's extremely egotistical, and he's also giving his audience a big ego as well.
Right.
You know,
just
for
so
someone
he
who
can get their continued support.
For someone who probably hates Orange Man, he actually has like similar debate strategies as Orange Man. He's just like, people like me because they're smart. Like, it's something I can absolutely picture him saying.
Listen to both of our arguments. It's not a mystery why your comment section looks like it does, and if you believe these people are using their
you're obsessed with the comments.
Because he just doesn't have a whole lot of people commentating. I don't know.
Yeah, do you want him to like remove a bunch of comments or something? Like, what do you want him to do?
You need to get rid of all the grifter fans from your comment section.
You must censor in order to win the court of public opinion by censoring all the opinions that are not right.
Yes.
I
First and foremost, cancel the Colbert Show. Next, call South Park a fourth-rate show.
Yeah.
This is like whenever Elon like stopped. Whenever he bought fucking Twitter X, whatever, and like stopped completely slanting things to one side. People were like, "He's censoring me. He's promoting the neo-Nazis." It's like, no, he just stopped doing anything. Like, the algorithm is public. You can see it.
The leopard will eat your face. All it takes is time.
Oh, we're all gonna turn into anti-Japanese.
By pretty the hate comment towards me.
That's really not the game I want to play. Your comment section.
And there is a reason why they end up on Japanese signs that say this location is not a circus. Damn, Japan. Probably because the whole, which he never addressed this, by the way, the whole stop the Asian hate thing, and it started to reveal that black people were attacking the Asians, and they completely stopped that campaign.
Is a whirlwind of neo-Nazis that spew anti-black racism under the guise of sticking up for the poor Japanese. Nearly every comment is shit-talking me.
Disingenuous hack has no idea what he's talking about, nor can he hold any. They spelled nor wrong, I'm pretty sure, but he tried attacking Critical Drinker 2. You used the wrong 2. Like, you can insult him for a lot of things here, Birdman, but not actually what he's saying. I guess he wants to show off.
He spelled nor with an E, yeah.
Yeah. I'm expecting a black sounding voice, but I'm not expecting to try a CL impression. I don't know that character. Anyways, Birdman is a certified clown.
Because you have misrepresented my video and the purpose of my video.
I agree with Petite 3 Princess.
My comment section to shit talk and leave dislikes.
I knew he voted for Kamala for the woke party. That's why he accepted this game, even if it denigrates black folks. Yep. Birdman is attaching his hangups with multiple societal issues to try and
hey guys, Brandon's live in 30 minutes. Sweet.
Yeah,
my
I
comment
am.
section looks like a paradise in comparison.
They use anime for the icon. What does it mean?
You don't think your own comments are a little ironic, Shohei?
No.
You just said that people who are
Says the guy who hides behind a cartoon avatar.
and be racist also consume Japanese cultural properties. Are you not making the claim that Westerners are hating Asians while wearing the Yankees? People can enjoy aspects of a culture and be critical of that culture.
Yes, I agree. I
fail to see the hypocrisy.
I agree. But I respect. Respect meaning I'm okay stand with you. I'm okay to change my perspective to understand you.
Forgive me if I don't believe you. You see, this entire video has been me being relatively nice to you, simply refuting your arguments.
I like this.
But
I'm
you still
playing with the
uploaded
kid
this
gloves
video
on.
to paint me
Just
as
wait
someone
till I
who's
open up
attacking
on you, bro.
And you even asked YouTube why my video wasn't taken down.
Yes.
I don't think you'll change your perspective.
Because his video was taken down. You're leaving out that context, Birdman. Right. You seem to be forgetting that he mentioned it's only an error in asymmetrical kind of way. It's not just that it's not taken down.
I think you're fake. Here's a Japanese lesson for my audience. Shohei wa neko kabuto. Which
Here we go. He's instructing his audience on Japanese.
He knows.
On a Japanese.
I think you're fake.
Let's see what he's
Japanese lesson.
I thought he was going to write it out.
Shohei wa neko kabutteiru, which literally translates to Shohei is wearing a cat. He knows what that really means.
When I started living in the US, I study English and I try to understand people here. So that's my respect. But looks like you have different definition of respect, I think.
I don't think that I do. For one, you couldn't even hear what I was actually saying, making those weird ass noises and all. Hating Asians while wearing a Yankees cap. People can enjoy aspects of a culture.
Okay, so he can't freaking emote. What, you want him to be a robot?
I think you know what I said. Well, he's listened to a lot of the video, dude.
I was refuting the idea that because people have anime profile pics that they cannot criticize a Japanese person, which is a ridiculous position to have. I was saying that someone can enjoy aspects of a culture while also criticizing someone from that culture. Those two things are
Yes, I can call the Japanese racist while also enjoying their shows.
Japan, they cannot criticize a Japanese person.
Exactly.
Quite frankly, fucking ridiculous proposition. And of course, he just skips through these parts of my video after attempting to criticize me for the Resident Evil 5 thing. Very not hypocritical.
Amazon PS5 bestseller. Let's check. Amazon JP. Shohei.
And we already exposed that, it was the highest selling game because it literally had no freaking competition.
Where?
A few of Shohei's sycophants tried this same thing with me on Twitter, suggesting that my screenshot was old, unaware I'm showing pre-orders for a game. This list will obviously change over time as...
So you admit
it's
it,
a list
even
about
though you never
pre-orders.
did that in the original.
So you admit it.
Almost like you narrowed the goalposts until Assassin's Creed could look good. It's like whenever Disney says it's the most viewed new show on Disney Plus this year. And then you're like, oh, but wait, there's only been like 2 shows. So you're just saying the other one sucked even worse.
The game is due to release in a month as of the writing of this video, so the pre-order list will obviously change with time. Here, I'll prove it. Shohei's video was made an hour after I uploaded my video, which was February 5th. It's currently February 11th, so 6 days later. As of February 11th, this is what the page Shohei is looking at looks like. You'll notice Black Myth Wukong is no longer in the top 10 on this list.
Okay.
It's dropped all the way down to the 40s. That is because this list is updated hourly and changes over time.
Yeah?
Do you think Black Myth Wukong is no longer a game people in Japan care about? The point I was making with my original screenshot was that Japanese people were absolutely interested in the game, something Shohei was clearly unaware of, and at one point...
So you're admitting that you could refresh the page at any time and get the information that you wanted because it's updated hourly. So you could have just cherry-picked some random-ass hour, taken a screenshot, and... This is funny, you're kind of revealing your strategy here, Birdman.
Full strategy, Colin. See the page off for him.
No, I would never do that because my videos are correct and factual and they are here to educate, whereas all of his are ignorant grifting.
#1 game in the country. Granted, I did say currently, and I shouldn't have said that due to the nature of how this all works, because again, it changes hourly. But if you want to say
if you knew that,
times,
then why did you make that, used as a piece of evidence?
Congratulations, you've discovered dynamic lists. If the game were as hated in Japan,
it sounds like it's congratulations. You discovered dynamic lists, Birdman.
It would have never reached #1 at any point if it were hated. Well, maybe like a trailer or something had just come out, and so people were naturally going to pre-order it more in that hour or whatever. Obviously, you can have any random ass time where you get a boost.
That's the point being made.
Oh, here, 43. 43. Next, before Cyberpunk, I'm Japanese, I know. We love the things. We love material. We still buy CD. We still have Tower Record. A lot of places.
Ace Japan, physical media.
If there is law, 43. Meaning, we don't like.
They'll keep console games around
again
long enough.
Show Black Myth Wukong in 41st place, and on your screen it's in 2nd. That doesn't mean Japanese people all of a sudden hate Wukong. It just means the list is fluid and things move around.
It's Chinese, they all hate it.
Man, this guy, misinformation and.
Yep.
Definitely, he's intending me to feeling hate.
Amazing, coming from the guy that promoted this video as me slandering him and has yet
you just admitted the fault that he's calling you out on.
Ask YouTube why my video wasn't taken down. You're the last person to talk about misinformation.
Because his was taken down. Again, you leaving out information. Omission is misinformation in this instance. You keep trying to frame it as he just wants people to randomly take your video down. Whereas he's clearly saying it's a false parallel, or it's a two-tiered justice system essentially.
Right.
That's the sales point. Now I say it. Resident Evil in this not in this TV. this video. Oh my gosh.
And he's clearly misusing the acronym in the same way the acronym is misused by Trump and his insane supporters. These people have for the
so people like myself are insane now, huh?
Make your own movie or game or whatever.
Makes sense.
Now that these people have done exactly that, you call it DEI? Excuse me, this game isn't Japanese. It's made by a Canadian development team.
Yes, that's why DEI. That's why DEI.
Exactly.
Sir, you don't know what DEI means. You are embarrassing yourself here. DEI is a hiring practice, something companies do. A character in a video game is not DEI.
Oh, so you're admitting that grifters didn't invent the term. You're saying that companies do it. You didn't mention that in the original video. You just said it was a hook term used by grifters.
Why am I going to get the feeling that Birdman is the kind of guy who would defend Haley from Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man 2?
Probably would.
Wasn't a male Japanese samurai candidate in the game, and Nobunaga was like, nah, I'm going to choose the African guy for no reason. That didn't happen. What the fuck are you talking about?
That did happen.
If you're claiming that a Canadian studio can't make a game set in Japan, I remind you that you called Ghost of Tsushima a god-level game, but that game was made in the United States.
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
A Japanese guy.
You are telling people how to make their own art simply because it's set in a place where you're from. Is that really the kind of game you want?
I didn't say. If I say that, prove it.
What the hell do you mean, prove it? You're trying to tell Ubisoft how to create their own art. You're saying they're being disrespectful to Japanese
it's
culture.
art, so we can do whatever we want.
Got the game. What the hell else are you doing?
Art can be anything. There it is. Okay, so if I just call something art, then I can make that still that you hated so much from Dragon Ball.
There. Roasting marshmallows? Have real-life friends and family there. Would you call it DEI if a game developer wanted to make a game about me, the Birdman, and tell us...
See? It's different conversation, but he's putting me to his narrative. Yeah, that's the one. He's forcing me to put into his narrative with lie.
Are you having a difficult time keeping up with the video, Shohei? Okay. Allow me to.
Sounds like you are.
You heard Ubisoft making a game about Yasuke is DEI. The only reason you're using that language is because Yasuke is black. So I say that
No, he's using that language because it's actually DEI.
Yeah, even if he were like French, or if he were like, any other, I'm trying to think of like a Middle Eastern, Indian, whatever, I'm sure
American.
He'd say it too. Yeah. Because it wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Friends and family exist there for me, and I've been there more times than
I have an Asian friend.
Like Yasuke, I am a black person that has existed in Japan. So if a person wanted to make a video game about my life in Japan, would that also be DEI? What is so hard to understand about this? There is no
Also, yes, it would be. It's you are the exception.
I here, besides the one you're doing. I'm using
Most people in Japan are Asian.
Yasuke on myself, and somehow you're calling that a lie? Do you know what the word lie means?
And then hiding the fact, I've been saying many times.
Hiding what fact? It would be useful if you could actually provide an example of what it is that you're talking about. You're just saying things and not providing any context or clarification. Again, I'm simply using your logic against you.
Japan, very strict immigration laws. Just thought I'd mention that. For a country you love so much, I'm sure you would disagree with that being implemented here, for instance, Birdman.
What fact is being hidden here? And to the surprise of absolutely no one, he skips through this part of the video as well.
About Yasuke.
These are not all the documents we can find about Yasuke. Perhaps that's all you can find in Japanese. Luis Froisch, the Portuguese missionary, also wrote about Yasuke.
The one I showed was translated version of this. And the Yasuke was couple sentences. Oh my gosh, this guy.
In 1598. So while we are in
our reaction
exactly definitely existed in Japan.
I didn't say Yasuke doesn't exist. Yasuke existed. It's a document.
I quite literally said we are in agreement on this point. Dude, are you okay? Do those headphones
Are you okay?
Do you need me to donate you a pair? And during the Sengoku period.
Wow, what a sick burn.
Available evidence we have of Yasuke's life.
This guy? Serious? What's going on, world?
Make Yasuke a clown.
I shared.
Further, there is a Japanese children's book published in 1968 called Kurosuke.
Hashtag release the clown cut.
Yasuke as a warrior with a sword.
Release the Kurosuke.
Yes, this is fiction, and it's kind of new after World War II.
Then organized chaos would say that's racist, because apparently it's racist to call black people clowns.
Oh, that's true. Whenever I see a clown, I always think of black people. That's very true.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Every time I go to the circus, I'm like, black!
Yeah.
I just yell it out at the crowd.
Yeah. No shit. If you let the rest of the video play, I state that this book is the first time someone depicts Yasuke as a warrior in literature, which predates Wikipedia for all the morons trying to say we've gotten our information from Thomas Lockley, a person I have never brought up.
Well, you did. Now, in retrospect, you go and Google for, first depiction of Yasuke or whatever, but you 100% are a wiki warrior. Don't try to deny that.
Book is 33 years older than Wikipedia and was written by a Japanese man, showing that Yasuke as Bushi is not the creation of Westerners. Try to...
Oh, so nobody has ever gotten their information from him because you found something from before Wikipedia. Okay.
Up, for fuck's sake. This book was written by the Japanese novelist Yoshio Kurusu 33 years before the existence of Wikipedia. You heard me right. A Japanese man was the first...
This is like acting like, Fantastic Four. Here's something topical, Shalabal. How everybody was jumping on that and saying, like, she existed in the comics. I'm like, I am 100% confident that 99.99999% of those people had never read the comic that Shalabal was in. They got their information from Wiki. But maybe the comic came out before Wikipedia. I don't even know. I think it's a pretty old one. Yeah, so...
It is.
That's like him citing that source now and saying, aha, see, everybody got their information from that comic, not from Wikipedia, because it existed before Wikipedia. It's like, motherfucker, the information is still on Wikipedia. I'm sure you got your information on that children's book from Wikipedia, you dumb fuck. Like, it's not like it eliminates all post things whenever you have a source from before them.
Person to depict Yasuke as a warrior with a katana in literature, thereby...
And in a clown suit.
Let's be clear. Japanese author who wrote about Yasuke. It's not DEI. Yes, it's not DEI. It's not DEI because Yasuke was in Japan, right?
Yeah, they can write as much as they want about it.
Using Sengoku period Japan and then making black samurai. That's DEI.
I have Japanese friends. How could you say that?
And if that doesn't seal the deal on this man's integrity, I'm not sure what will. It's DEI when Canadians do exactly what a Japanese man did.
Motive matters,
In
yes.
that logic, but there isn't any. You're a bullshit artist, just like the rest of them. Thanks for doing my work for me. It's much. And of course, he fast forwards again because he's not an honest person and would have you believe that I'm the one slandering him.
Okay.
Of this is
So
as
it's
follows.
talking about
kind of are.
No, maybe because he already watched.
Kind of, you are.
Yeah, and he already watched the video, rewound, and he's going to the most pertinent parts. Like, I'm sorry that he's not watching the whole damn thing again, dude.
I was initially looking for a character who could become a samurai from our perspective, someone who wasn't Japanese, someone who could see things through our eyes.
Okay, I know this.
So you're saying that we cannot see the game through the eyes of a Japanese person? That sounds kind of racist.
Yeah, I was very confused during Ghost of Tsushima. I was like, what's going on? This guy ain't even white. Well, he is white, but they don't like you to say that.
But the other translators show the other stuff, okay? I know it. I translated this many times. And I shared this version too in my video.
Actually, no, I translated this myself because I speak Japanese. For someone claiming someone is slandering him, you're sure as hell making baseless accusations about someone you don't know without any evidence.
Hey, what's up, hard
And
reptiles?
fact is, they deleted this. Meaning, they knew that's bad.
No, they cleaned up a poorly done translation to better reflect the words of the people not speaking Japanese. Like you, I also had some difficulty understanding the meaning of the Japanese in that article, because as I said in my first video, Famitsu did a one-to-one English to Japanese translation where some of the English was idiomatic. For Japanese people, English idiom sounds like poetic speech and doesn't make much sense, so we have to translate them to something easier for Japanese people to understand, or a similar Japanese idiom. For my previous video, I
Allow me to educate
the
you
Japanese
Japanese
person
people.
in Japanese and challenged them to read and interpret that translation, and they couldn't. Unfortunately, I recorded that audio with my phone and the audio came out really bad, but I'll play a bit of it here.
How
So the whole
convenient.
problem was that I recorded the interview with this phone and the audio didn't come out great. So
Oh, so you are comfortable with showing your face on camera? Then what's the point? Well, then what's the point of the shitty avatar?
I don't know.
I don't know. So he can do it whenever in his underwear and shit.
Oh, I see.
you can see the date, the time.
Yes,
and
yes.
That this is an actual recording. I'm going to play a little bit of it so that you can hear it. I'm not going to play the whole thing because, like I said, the audio is not great and it's hard to hear what she is saying. You can hear me, can't really hear her. So here you go.
新しいの箇所は平気でしょ全然平気
こっちの方が自然。
さっきのは
さっきのは英語のセンテンスを無理やり日本語
Who's
に
her, by the way?
I have no idea.
だからこれは
Well, we're just supposed to believe his subtitles and believe that this person is Japanese and believe everything else.
the translation is like, it seems to me when I read it, it's more like a direct translation, which doesn't make sense in Japanese.
Bro, this is a leading question.
あとうちの
Plus, this
So
could be scripted.
that's just a little bit of it. But like I said, the audio wasn't great. But the point was that myself, I speak Japanese, so I'm looking at the Japanese interview, and it was a little off. I could tell that they were
Wow, that's more than giving them the benefit of the doubt.
one-to-one.
That's
The
just
problem
like
with
completely saying that, don't count any of that. I'm just going to count it after they've redone it.
English phrases that they sound like poetry to a Japanese person. Like we have this saying in English, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, right? Like English speakers, we all understand that, right? But to a Japanese person, if you translated that one-to-one, it would be like, te no naka ni tori ga iru. That doesn't, they would hear that as you have a bird, like an actual bird in your hand. It just doesn't compute. So you have to translate it into something that is more palatable for the Japanese ear. So, maybe another Japanese idiom or something that is close to the meaning that we're trying to get across in English. So there you go. Some conspiracy, huh? But because the majority of Shohei's newfound audience aren't actually Japanese speakers, he can get away with pretending that first article was legible and understandable. But unfortunately for him, I exist.
Well, they still released it. Like, what do you want?
It's not unfortunate for him that you exist.
Yeah.
Probably fortunate because you probably chased away a portion of your audience towards him because they recognize you were an idiot.
Yeah.
Because if your audience actually has brains like you like to claim they do, well,
you see,
don't be surprised if you dropped in sub count.
Will you see,
Real quick. Does he link? Where's Shohei? No? Okay. Grifters, YouTuber debate. No, it's not a debate whenever you just are spewing into your mic. Like, this is not a debate that we're having with you right now. We are responding to your video. So you're even doing false hashtags.
You see, Brandon, in actuality, my sub count gained from this interaction with Shohei's audience, and I gained like over 10 subs that day, so...
I gained 10 subs that day.
He pulled a Jacob.
Probably.
Hashtag Japan.
If you can pronounce, or hate Shohei.
You still have yet to actually show where I have denigrated or hated you. Disagreeing with your conclusions is
Dude,
not
your whole
hate.
video is hating on
Refuting
him.
your arguments is not denigration. You have thus far
You've said, can you read? Are those headphones not working? Are you okay, bro? Like, this is all
Or
fucking...
you literally criticized his Japanese.
Yeah, he's saying I'm more Japanese
You criticized
than
a
you, bro.
Japanese guy speaking Japanese.
Oh my god, he like constantly is like doing all the confrontation and then saying like, oh, but I'm not being confrontational.
failed to provide evidence for any of the claims you have made
The
about
classic
me. You haven't shown
cry-bully.
where I slandered you. You haven't shown why my video should be taken down. All you have done
You're the
is fast
aggressor.
forward my video.
Even though I made a whole video on you.
Operate a keyboard.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Wait, did he say something about he doesn't know how to operate a keyboard?
Yeah.
'Cause I think he did.
Yep.
You are welcome to DM me if you want to talk to me.
Japanese dudes
And-
are like really good with technology. I think he knows how all his technology works.
That's like insulting a South Korean for not knowing how to play Starfield.
Right, yeah. StarCraft.
And by the way,
StarCraft, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
By the way, I think that part of the reason this guy probably wants to DM Birdman is because he doesn't want his video to get taken down again by YouTube. Like he doesn't want to have to hash it out back and forth with the danger of his video game taken down constantly.
He seems to take that as like, oh, he wants my video. I think he just wants his video to be allowed back up. I think that's mainly why he's calling out YouTube for it. Like, why are you taking my video down and not this guy who has all my clips? By the way, speaking of grifting, this guy is literally grifting off Japan right now. All of his fucking Instagram shit is about Japan, kawaii. It's like...
Of course. And you're a bigger channel. And what you're doing is pretty bully.
Two things. This is not bullying. I am calmly and rationally debunking the claims you make.
Calmly and
Calmly and rationally, you're insulting this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see,
Are you okay, bro?
But he's doing it all calm and rationally, so it's okay.
Yeah, why don't you do it on a live stream if you're able to be so calm about it, Birdman?
Not to mention, you have constantly said things like, oh, people who support Trump are insane, or that, you know, people who lean to the right are evil.
Right.
Yeah. He's got a little
I
TDS.
never called you out of your name. I never asked my audience to come harass you. Where is
You
the
didn't
bullying?
call him out by
This
name. You
is
made a whole
criticism.
video on him. You were showing his channel the whole time. Of course they know you are talking about
You're the
him.
aggressor.
Yeah,
You
like-
are the aggressor. You're the one who chose to have a problem with him.
But he responded to my video, so now he's the bully.
And second, what the fuck is my Instagram doing on the screen? You think you're slick, but
You
we know
link
is
it
that
on
you're
your video.
funneling your insane followers over to my Instagram so they can come harass me like this guy.
Oh, you're being
These are
pretty.
the people
You're
you sent over to my
assuming.
Instagram. If I were to show you-
Birdman, you're assuming. Like he instantly jumps to the idea that the reason Shohei is showing the Instagram is so his followers can go harass him, but it's like he doesn't tell them to go harass him.
I'll be right back.
Also,
guys.
Okay. Yeah, you have it linked on your YouTube, dude. It's not exactly a secret. Like, if you didn't want people to go to your Instagram that didn't like your videos, then you wouldn't have linked your Instagram on your videos. Are you a fucking idiot? Like, obviously people are going to go to your Instagram if the link is literally right there. I doubt Shohei linked it, so he just showed
That's like it. That's like if I link my Twitter in the descriptions of my streams, which I do, and then somebody shows my Twitter page on a screen, and I'm like, oh, you're telling your audience to come harass me. It's like I put my Twitter in the description of my videos. I'm clearly inviting engagement.
YouTube this, you would be the one getting your video taken down.
Oh wait, Backseater's not back.
I'm back, guys. I had to get the donuts.
Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, you mean rice balls?
Oh, holy shit.
No, the donut.
No, I'm making fun of the fucking fort.
Yeah,
I think it was some Naruto translation, yeah, where it's like, I'm gonna eat these donuts, and they're clearly rice balls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is actual bullying and harassment, and these are the people in your comment section. Speaking of, look at this guy, just making shit up. But it's hard to blame him when Shohei not only told him what to think.
Yes, that is what you did.
He got uncomfortable. So it kind of makes sense that this dumbass thinks this is what I said. In any case,
that's exactly what you said.
That I, the American, was trying to tell Shohei how to feel about the depiction of Japan. There were a few variants of this, the main one being that I'm trying to tell a Japanese person what his culture is supposed to be like this clueless idiot. Obviously, this never actually happened in my video.
Multiple
Instead,
times.
I was focused on debunking Shohei's claims, like when he said the game was DEI, a concept he literally doesn't understand. To the contrary,
DEI is a very broad concept. You can't disprove or prove that something is that at this point. People use it all different ways. It's like if somebody calls something woke, you have to ask them, like, how do you define that? Because, like, something can be any number of things at this point, and somebody can call it that.
Specifically stated that I agreed with Shohei on how non-Japanese people disrespect Japan. I mean, that was only at the very beginning of my video, so I'm sure it was easy to miss. But the idea that a Japanese person knows everything about Japanese history is kind of a funny one, considering Japan is well known for sanitizing their own history and leaving out crucial details to the point that a large percentage of their population doesn't know what actually happened during World War II, for example. I bet when it comes to pre-Edo period.
He's just like, only I can educate people on the racism.
He is so egotistical.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Birdman, let's reverse the thing. Let's have Shohei here. He can read a lot and visit Africa, and then he can tell you all about how slavery was really your people's fault. How would you greet that sort of criticism, huh?
Area Japan, he'd actually be no match for me, given I studied the topic at the level, and Shohei couldn't tell
there we go.
Tsushima were incorrect. This is because Shohei knows modern Japanese culture, being a modern Japanese man. Ancient Japan is a completely different subject. Besides, this take is ridiculous on its face. Do you think all Americans know everything about American history? Here's another insane.
Do I think you know anything about anything? No. Reject it. Yep. Another based comment. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shohei's comment section that not only was I projecting, but that I am a racist and a grifter.
Yep.
Things like this don't even make sense. Projection? How, you living skid mark? Do you know what projection means?
He's so calm, calling people living skid marks. I'm very calmly refuting your points.
And it's a person with the American flag as his profile picture.
Birdman calmly said.
Yeah. You are a human skid mark. Anyways, back to my calm analysis.
Yeah.
Shohei spent this entire response claiming that I was slandering him. If I were projecting, that would mean I'm saying someone is talking shit about me. What is your IQ, Panzer? Purple? And the accusation of racism is so far beyond me, I don't even know how to respond to it.
I can't be racist, I'm black.
That a non-Japanese person refuting the arguments of a Japanese person is somehow racist, then surely these clearly white people are going to have to call themselves racist for doing the same to me, right? Oh, I forgot. Introspection takes a brain with a few wrinkles in it.
Ooh, he calmly said.
Oh, this guy literally calls out what we have done.
Yep. 4 minutes later, look at this woman thinking she's right just because she married a black man. I consider self-destruct one consciousness out of the same as one content. Very true.
Yeah.
Demonstrates his ignorance publicly. This person thinks that I'm somehow contradicting myself by using this hilarious character.
He's really triggered by these comments. He looks like fuming going through these.
I have been to Japan, which means, like Yasuke, I was a black person that existed in Japan at some point. I never make the claim that this means I have a say on Japanese culture. You just made that up.
Constantly say
in the
that.
span of one content, Yeah, stick to making lame ASMR videos that no one cares about, but yes, Birdman, the guy that dislikes Asians, particularly the Japanese, the guy that is always telling people to watch more Asian media, the guy that educates people on the etiquette of Japan and how to be respectful.
I educate people. In other words, I fucking
Freaking tell people how to think.
Yeah, what would be the equivalent of mansplaining, only for like, it'd be like Amerisplaining to Japanese people. This fuck wants to be Japanese so bad. Oh my god. He's living a projected life. He's not just engaging in projection.
I'm telling you, he's a fucking weeaboo. He's the ultimate
Gomenasai.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a fucking Ghost of Tsushima Collector's Edition samurai mask in my profile pic that I use on most sites, and I'm less of a fucking weeaboo than this loser.
While there, the guy that defends Japan from dumbass Twitter accounts shitting on the country, the guy that loves Japan, particularly hates Japan.
Yes, I love Japan, those fucking racists. I love them so much.
I mean, you love Japan, yet you're insulting and attacking Japan people. Heck, what if there are Japan people from America that lean, against the very ideals you have? Are they, living skid marks? Do they need to be re-educated?
Yes, if any
Exactly.
They're
If any Yes, if any Asian votes for Trump, they're clearly ignorant of how much he wants to kill all Asians, I'm sure.
Yeah.
These people talking about, man, they just make shit up. No, Spencer, you have that out of order and you're leaving out context. You spammed nonsense and I banned you for spam. I didn't have to specifically do
Oh, Sleeve Mitzi banned him.
Enjoy your new home, though. No, urethra, that's not my catchphrase. That's the title of my series. I can see how you got the two mixed.
It's kind of a catchphrase then.
Okay, now it's starting to devolve into him just casually insulting his Shohei's audience.
Yeah.
Not just
Like, you can definitely tell he's gotten way too triggered that he's spending like the last few minutes of the video just insulting his audience.
He's getting hashtag ass mad, yeah.
He keeps going faster and faster through these two. He's no, this isn't true. This isn't true. This isn't
They're
true.
really completely different concepts. Shohei, if you're still watching, this is what I'm talking about. There's no way this guy was originally a follower of your pre-Assassin's Creed content, and he's only here for the culture war. He thinks I care if the Critical Drinker responds to a video I made on him, when I would be satisfied if the drinker deleted his channel and we never heard from him again. And
wait, what was that? I don't make videos for views.
Be Assassin's Creed content, and he's only here for the culture war. He thinks I care if the Critical Drinker responds to a video I made on him, when
Regardless, I don't make videos for views. I do it because it's a topic I believe in. I need these people out of media discourse so that we can all enjoy that discourse that we used to without the culture war. Motherfucker, you're engaging in the culture. Like, are you saying it doesn't exist? Or were you only happy whenever only one side had a say in it? Or I've been doing cinema since for 7 years. Oh,
okay.
Crazy legs. Ooh, okay, so now it's just it's just dick measuring, but he's saying he doesn't care about views, even though he's talking about how he's going to get more views.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
I would be satisfied if the drinker deleted his channel and we never heard from him again.
If only all the people who disagreed with me would go away.
Drinker by saying that you'd be satisfied if he deleted his channel.
So I don't care about the culture war or views, but I want everybody who gets more views than me or is against me in the culture war to go away. So I don't care about a war once I've eliminated everybody in the other side of the war.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah.
Like, say what you will about Skeleton Crew and or loving Critical Drinker, but it's like, none of us are advocating for you guys to delete your channels.
I just love, this is like Hitler saying, now that I've killed all the, I don't mind the Jews existing, or I don't mind anti-Nazi voices. I would just like all the Jews to go away.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. He wants only one side to have any sort of voice, and that's the only time that he'll say it's not a war, is whenever everybody's been fucking genocided.
Oh my god, man.
And anyone that believes Forky picked me apart has about 6 chromosomes too many. And look at this fruit with raisins.
He's just rolling out those calm insults.
Damn.
Cleopatra is black and say we was kings.
and such, yeah.
Like how he has no refutation for these comments. He just like goes, "Oh, you're stupid."
I'll never get over how these people just make things up. The amount of likes here is cracking me up. Like, who seriously saw this and was like, "Yep, I agree with this take. That sure is
Not me."
And why is Shohei liking this comment, guys? You know, a comment that implies that Yasuke didn't actually exist, even though Shohei agrees that Yasuke was a real person in Japan.
Yasuke existed. It's a document.
Yasuke existed. What do you mean by that? This is an interesting one. Someone who clearly doesn't understand.
He didn't exist as the game shows him.
Yes.
Sue him? I don't know about that.
And legalese trying to goad someone else into suing over criticism. And remember, these are the people calling people like
You probably could, but it'd be a big
no,
headache.
Curly, you cannot sue someone over criticism. No lawyer worth their salt would take the case after watching my original video, something none of you people actually did. The reason
Actually, defamation is a suit you can do. That's actually what Ethan Klein is doing right now to a number of Twitch streamers.
Right.
Yeah, you can, if anybody affects you financially or popularity wise, you know, if your financials depend on your popularity somewhat or your public perception, you can absolutely get them for slander. The only reason that a lot of people haven't been sued is because their popularity only goes up as they conflict with people, so they can't make that claim.
Slander or libel. You have to lie for it to be slander, genius. And as we just showed, Shohei has failed to point out any lies.
I actually point out several.
Doing here? What do you mean join the club? Shohei is claiming I slandered him. This is what you said under my video about you. So what club is he joining exactly? The club where you thanked me for making a video on?
One where you're a
or
dick?
Are you here to garner sympathy? What even is this, Fettuccine?
Rewind to the video. Rewind to the, because I actually saw this person once before, like a couple of her videos. But anyway, thanks for responding to my video. I respect your opinions and the time you took to formulate them. I didn't know who you were either, and someone directed me to you, so hello. All in all, I think your video was very well thought out and civil. Thank you for taking it. Well, it's possible that she thought differently of you over time.
Right.
Like, people's opinions can change once they know more about a person.
This is what you said under my video about you. So what club is he joining exactly? The club where you thanked me for making a video on you? Or are you here to garner sympathy? What even is this, Fettuccine? Anyway, you can see this comment section is a cesspit of people making things up about me, lying about interactions we had, and just a war of
That's
nonsense
the person
like
who's
people
making
too chicken
crap
to say
up.
these types of things in front of a keyboard. As I said, these are not the kinds of people you want to be allied with. But I get it. They're just pumping up the numbers, so you don't care, huh? So there you have it, folks. Shohei not only blatantly misrepresents criticism of his positions, he'll cherry pick and admits to the cherry picking. He very clearly farms and
Hypocrisy.
His comment section looks like a clan meeting. He says people slander him.
A clan meeting. Oh my god.
Can't provide any evidence for this claim. He clearly stated that the Hidden Ones video claimed all Assassin's Creed haters are racists when that was never a claim made in that video. I know, because I watched it. So yeah, Shohei is a grifter. He's learned to milk this situation because nobody watches him otherwise, and to play victim and lie when he's called out. The only thing I wonder is,
or maybe because he was a Japanese man who hated what Ubisoft was doing with a game that was based on Japanese culture. Ever think of that?
Right, yeah.
Anymore. Oh, that's right. Leopards eating faces.
I would say where the leopard's eating your face because, dear God, you got ripped apart.
Yeah, your comment section is flooded with it, bro. Oh, is he posting more from his Japanese blog so he can pretend to be Japanese again?
Oh, is he flying back to Japan to live his false life?
I'm going to parachute in Japan. All right.
Fuck,
You made
that
everyone look
sucked.
stupid.
Fuck, that sucked, man.
Oh man, where are the sexy guys in the with that one stream? Oh no, there they are. They're right under the Lando coloring scene.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're slightly outdone by this
Sexy
one.
people.
Yeah,
But
so guys, so we're about done with this. Final thoughts on this video.
This was beyond stupid. Like, Birdman is clearly projecting a lot of his own failures and a lot of his own, you know, he doesn't understand a lot of the things that are, being said.
Mm-hmm.
He actually is like, oh, I'm calmly, criticizing you, when he's insulting him at like practically every opportunity.
Oh, please no, and no, please no. It's too late in the evening for this. Shit.
I know. I was just seeing I was just gonna get in my watch history so that I could have something to reference.
Like Beetlejuice, we said his name.
John, final words on that video?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he pretty much does everything that he's accused of, and whenever he runs out of ways to refute it, he just goes into like lame insults and then says how calmly he's depicting everything factually after being like, you smooth-brained, skid-mark, racist Klan member, fuck you. Anyways, I'm so calm and factual.
You can even tell. You can even tell because he actually was picking a couple of the comments from people he has beef with.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's just a petty bitch.
Evan, final thoughts?
Looking back at Assassin's Creed Shadows, I still would rather play an Assassin's Creed game where you go up against a King of America, superpowered George W. Bush.
Right. I think that's what matters at all. So yeah, Birdman, it's just he's a complete projector. He's a hypocrite. He really wants to be.
He suffers from TDS.
He suffers from TDS. Really wants to be Japanese so badly. He thinks he can educate a Japanese man on it. And John just pissed me off by posting in the live chat. Oh my god. So yeah, it's like this man. It's like this man has a whole like his exposing the Grift series is just ripe for this shit. So I need you guys, like, when we're done, to, like, check out the playlist and put forth, like, any fucking videos you guys think would be good. But, yeah, that's all
Roger.
Alright, so that's all I got for today. I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna go to bed. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, please give it a thumbs up, comment below if you want to see the stream, subscribe to more streams like this, and I'll see you guys next time in the backseat.